my heart to cheer. Goodbye, whiskey, you used to make me frisky. So long, highball, so long, gin. Oh, tell me when you're coming back again. Blues, I've got the blues since the amputated my blues. Lordy, Lordy, war is well. You know, I don't have to tell. Oh, I've got the alcoholic blues, some blues. Prohibition, that's the name. Prohibition drives me insane. I'm so thirsty, soon I'll die. I simply grind, evaporate, I just that dry. I wouldn't mind to live forever in a train. If my thirst had only let me quench, and not with fever or ginger ale. I want real stuff by the pail.
Welcome to the Speak Uneasy, a safe space where cancel culture does not exist, because we are in a different prohibition era.
Good evening and welcome to another episode of the Speak Uneasy with your host, the bartender. Or actually, hold up. This is another episode of This is News with me, the bartender, and my co-host I will introduce in a minute, Mr. C from the C Report. So tonight's random read is going to come off of the book of Daniel, chapter 6, verses 10 through 15. Daniel continues to worship. Now when Daniel knew that the writing was signed, he went into his house, and his windows being open in his chamber toward Jerusalem, he kneeled upon his knees 3 times a day, and prayed, and gave thanks before his God, as he did aforetime. Then these men assembled, and found Daniel praying and making supplication before his God. Then they came near, and spake before the king concerning the king's decree. Hast thou not signed a decree, that every man that shall ask a petition of any god or man within 30 days, save of thee, O king, shall be cast into the den of lions? The king answered and said, The thing is true, according to the law of the Medes and Persians, which altereth not. Then answered they and said before the king, that Daniel, which is of the children of the captivity of Judah, regardeth not thee, O king, nor the decree that thou hast signed, but make his petition 3 times a day. Then the king, when he heard these words, was sore displeased with himself, and set his heart on Daniel to deliver him, and labored till the going down of the sun to deliver him. Then these men assembled unto the king, and said unto the king, Know, O king, that the law of the Medes and Persians is, that no decree nor statute which the king establisheth may be changed. Once again, this random read comes from the book of Daniel, chapter 6, verses 10 through 15. Daniel continues to worship. Cool. All right. So check it out. Tonight's cocktail. I couldn't find a history on this one, but nonetheless, we're going to be making it. This one is called, and the reason why I giggled, because I was discussing this with my co-host earlier. It's called a Southern Banger. So let's go ahead and start making this sucker. So I've already chilled my rocks glass, and we're going to go ahead and start this up. I got an ice cube inside my rocks glass, and we're going to highball this drink. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put 1 ounce of vodka. And I'm using Stoli for vodka. So, to those people who virtue signal and, I don't know, try to boycott Russia or whatever. Yeah, whatever, dude. And next, I got some orange juice. So this is similar to a screwdriver, but the only difference is we're gonna put a 1/4 ounce of Southern Comfort whiskey in this. And if you guys are not familiar with Southern Comfort, because I'm not, but I did hear that it's like apricot flavored or peach flavored Southern whiskey. So we're going to go ahead and put about 25 ounces of that. All right. That's in there. And lastly, we're going to give it like a little bit of a stir. Just a little bit. Usually I would top something like this with a maraschino cherry, but I don't have any. I just don't have any. At least not around me right now. So, let's see. It smells good. It smells, you can smell like the peachy apricot flavor. And of course, the orange juice citrus. Let's give it a taste. Hey, not bad at all. This is pretty dang good. Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. The Southern Banger. The Southern Banger is just screwdriver, pretty much, and then you just add about 1/4 ounce of Southern Comfort whiskey, and that's your Southern Banger. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and introduce my co-host, who is here every Wednesday. We have Mr. C of the C Report. Sir, are you there?
Good evening. How's it going? Speak.
Good. I can barely hear you, bro.
Oh, can you? My bad. Here, how's that sound?
You still kind of sound a little bit low.
Oh,
Just
no.
a tad bit low. It's a tad bit low. I mean, I can hear you, but I don't know if everybody else can hear you.
Let's see. Let me see if I can adjust my volume.
Let's go here. We were making the drink.
There, is that better?
Oh, yes, sirree. That is.
All right. Is
way
that too
better.
loud?
No. That's good.
Awesome.
That sounds way better than you did earlier. So, what's going on, my brother?
Not much, sir. Not much. Just enjoying my Wednesday evening and looking forward to tonight's show.
Man, I saw those articles that you sent me, man.
Yeah, there were some fun ones out there tonight.
Yeah, I found a couple too. And we'll I'm pretty sure we're gonna have another. It's gonna be another fun Wednesday, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because honestly, a lot of the funny articles that we've been finding, like your side and my side, have been all connected with the alphabet community, man.
Isn't that interesting? We're not picking on the alphabet community.
No,
y'all.
man. They're giving us content, man.
Yes, they are. If they want us to stop, they need to stop it.
Exactly. I agree, man. Oh, my goodness. So, wait, before we get into anything first, I want to greet people who are in the chat right now. Whiskey
Absolutely.
Blue, what's going on, brother? Thank you for... I'm surprised that you're...
What up, Whiskey?
Go ahead.
Oh, I just said, what up, Whiskey?
He's singing the part of that intro, and I'm surprised that you never caught that. And it's already been it's been a while, man.
They got a couple of good lines in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's the 1920s, bro. Prohibition era. Sazzy
Yes,
Q, good evening. Thank you for coming over to the bar tonight. Let's see.
Hi, Sazzy Q. Pew pew pew.
Yeah, I see that. Pew pew pew. She says, sure, Southern Comfort is pretty popular. Oh, yeah. As far as that whiskey goes, yes. But I've never had it before. Have you ever had Southern Comfort?
Like one time. I mean, I think it was like the main ingredient in like a jungle punch or something like that. But Janis Joplin made that popular.
Right. And I've read somewhere, but that was a different cocktail that she made pop. Well, yeah,
yeah, hers was just straight Southern Comfort, I think.
Not only Southern. Neat. I mean, if we're talking about Janis Joplin, dude, we're not talking about. I mean, come on, Southern Comfort is nothing.
The bottle.
Southern Comfort is nothing compared to probably what she was on.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Hey, dude, that's true. It was the 70s, right?
Oh yeah, 70s, 60s.
Somewhere
they had it going down.
Which they had a lot going down. A lot.
her Jimmy and Jim.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you want to go, the Rolling Stones, and I'm surprised they're still alive, dude.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, how did they outlast Jimmy, Jim, and Janis, the Rolling Stones? Let me ask you that.
I wouldn't know. I mean, if I had to guess, I think it would be a combination of things. I think that they definitely. I mean, in my opinion, I think they made a contract with the devil, and part of that contract was for them to last longer than those people.
Yeah. Yep. As long as they did their tithing of sacrifices.
Because I mean, if you think about it, they were still influential in the 80s and somewhat in the 90s too. You know what I mean?
Yup. They never went away.
And I don't know.
And Mick's lips just got bigger.
Who? Oh,
Mick Jagger. His lips just got bigger and bigger.
You know what's
his face could no longer hold him up the more he went on.
Did you ever watch Celebrity Deathmatch on MTV?
Yes, I did.
So did you see the episode with him and Steven Tyler of Aerosmith go at it with their...
Yeah, I think so.
I wish I could share that video.
Yeah, that's taking me back.
That would be a good video to share on a laugh, man, for sure. Let's see who else. I see some other people coming in here. The chat's populated. I gotta pause it real quick here. Sazzy Q says Southern Banger sounds like a wild date. I think it sounds like something that would be after a like date.
Southern song. I know, it's funny. Southern Banger.
Woo.
Like bangers and mash.
Yeah. Whiskey Blue says Southern Comfort and Pink Lemonade is Janis Joplin's summertime cooler. Yeah.
Nah.
Well, Janis Joplin.
I was close. I thought she just took it straight.
I'm pretty sure she took something else straight. And that's all I got. Kiss, what's going on? What is going on? Thank you for dropping those. Thank you for dropping the link tree. Thank you so much for being here. All right, brother man. I mean,
yo.
Before we start this, anything interesting during the week?
No, I was off the air today because, like I was telling you before the show, I went on a little hike today, but I told everybody it was nice. I went over to Enchanted Park. It's a state park here in Texas, and it's got like this huge rock that everyone climbs in the center of it. We didn't climb the rock, but we took a nice like 3 or 4 or 5 mile hike today. It was a great time. I need to get back to nature.
You should. It definitely is a good balance with your well-being. It definitely is. Like I told you before the show, that every day I take my dog out to the trail behind our house, and that's as much nature as I get, and that's pretty much a lot of it's a lot of nature, because you got the trees, you got the dirt trail, you got the wind, and then you got the squirrels, whatever animals are out there, and I got my dog, and so it definitely it does clear your mind. I have found I mean, although I'm listening to things as I walk and work my dog, I always listen to things as I'm, walking around. But
Yeah.
it does put some kind of ease to my spirit for sure.
It was definitely a recharge. I needed it. And then like on that trail, like just kind of stretching out my back as I go along. I was like, there's this really neat little area. It's got like a bunch of quartz that's out there, and like it looks like a throne. So we just sat there for a little bit, and it's like cold to the touch,
Wow.
even though it's like hot outside. So that was nice. Just reconnecting, y'all. Reconnecting.
But that's good. I'm glad that you realize that that's something you'd have to do to balance you out. I honestly think that everybody should be doing stuff like that every day.
Right.
As much
Take
as they
a moment
can.
to step away.
Well, I mean, you got to be in a place where there's nothing, pretty much. You know what I mean? Away from like electronics and the busy city life, and you just walk and you hear the wind and you hear the trees. Sometimes you may hear the birds. I don't know, but yeah, for me, I think it's a great thing. It's a good balance for sure. Spiritually, it is.
The only odd thing was there were a few jet flybys. I was like, why is the military running jets out here?
Wow.
What are they preparing for? They haven't told us yet.
I mean, I see a lot of that here, but then again, I mean, the area that I'm at, if you go down a little further, I mean, Fort Hood is there. So I've seen like,
Fort Hood's it's north of Austin area. They fly jets out of there, didn't they?
And we see, we see these jets sometimes, and I know in Austin that's where the National Guard is too. Their base, right? Is that the Air National Guard, or is that the Army National Guard? The one that's honestly. The one that's off the. Is it the one? I think it is the one.
Like Highway 1?
Yeah.
In Austin? Anderson?
Yeah.
Not the Anderson.
2222, the 4 2s going down that way.
22. Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure actually.
Yeah, I think I think it is. I think that's where the base is for the National Guard. So it's pretty normal to see jets flying, and sometimes I see like military helicopters. I know they're not Blackhawks. There's something else. Maybe Apaches, I don't know. Because I don't know the models of these things. I'm not privy to it.
Me either.
But I do.
All I know is it was all I know is it was low to the ground and it was going fast.
Were they flying low?
Yeah, they're flying low over the park. So we were like, well, why are they flying over the park? I mean, I didn't even know that there was I guess there is a base or something out in that area. It's near Fredericksburg, Texas.
They found out that you were talking about General Milley, dude.
Dude, my brother was like, it's because you got Putin on your shirt. I was like, they probably think there's a Russian running around here, and they're gonna put you on the news and use you as like, we found a Russian terrorist in Fredericksburg, Texas, and we arrested him.
Oh my gosh!
I was laughing. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot I got Putin on my shirt.
Could be it. Can you imagine the
big old bullseye?
The technology that these jets have, man, and they probably can see it, dude. They probably can see it. Look at that, man.
That's why I said, like, when we were sitting at that quartz area, that like quartz throne or whatever, like there's like a mountain or like a big old hill there, and we look up and they're like, oh, there's someone standing there watching us, and I wave at him, and then he starts moving around. I mean, he looked like an ant, like at the top of the mountain, but my brother spotted him, and he's like, that guy's staring at us, and I was like. I was like, they're following us out in the mountains. There's like, it's a Russian, crazy Russian supporter.
Crazy. Hello, Karen. Thank you for coming by again. She says, in my day, the drink was sex on the beach and fuzzy navel. Sounds like foreplay to me.
Foreplay.
It kind of does. She continues to say, now I can drink, now I can't drink. So I'll need to order cranberry juice from the bar. Cranberry juice is fine. And it's good for you. It's good for you. Definitely will help if you have what's that? Urinary infection tract.
Oh, urinary tract infection.
Yeah, that. It
a
helps
UTI.
Yep. It helps for that, especially if you don't drink a lot of water. You're definitely prone to get that, especially if you drink a lot of soda, which is why I don't drink soda. I mean, I only drink soda if I'm having a cocktail, but just soda by itself, nah, I don't do it. Don't do it at all.
Yeah, I used to be very good about not drinking sodas.
Used to. What happened, man?
I fell off the wagon and I lost it. I don't know what direction that wagon went in. Speak.
Well, I don't know what to tell you, man. But yeah, you might want to stop that. You might want to stop the soda thing, man.
But Big Red is so delicious. No, just kidding.
Yeah, but it's not gonna be delicious once you get an infection.
You know what?
Man.
You're right. Every time I crave a soda, I shall have some alcohol. No, just kidding.
Well, it's not soda. Oh my goodness, dude. This is crazy. Okay, let's see, Saziq, too cold and rainy, gloomy for us with the weather, Wisconsin weather. You're from there. Okay. I need to get toes in the sand, warm beach. Man, I miss, prior to me moving to California, when my wife and I were dating, we were living together, before we got married, and, she lived out in a condo, and she lived right by the beach, and I moved in with her, and I never took advantage of that. Like, because I was raised in an island, like the beach and the sand and the clear water, it was like, dude, why should I care? It's there all the time, But
it's just a beach.
I tell you, man, when I moved to California, I missed home so much that every time I would go back for vacations, like most of my days will be spent in the beach, reading a book, having a cocktail. And nice. Yeah, man, it's something about the beach, man. And then having to go into water that's clear, like glassy water that you can see on the bottom you can see the bottom. I sure do miss those times, man.
You don't get beaches like that in Corpus, sir.
Well, I don't. I wouldn't know because I've never been to a beach down there. And the beach that I went to in California, like I went to Santa Monica Beach, I went to Huntington Beach. Those are not beaches, man. It's freaking dirty, dude. It's dirty. It smells bad. There's freaking syringes on the freaking beaches. Like, nah, man.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Sounds like Venice Beach to me.
Yeah, I mean, Santa Monica Beach is connected to Venice, so yes, it's yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Corpus is like that, but South Padre Island is with the clear waters and stuff like that.
But is that a beach or is that a lake?
It's a beach on the ocean.
Oh wow.
In fact, it's on an island that's just off of the mainland.
Wow, sounds
they
like
they have a connecting highway or bridge highway. It's nice, yeah.
Well,
it'd be great to get to go down there again sometime.
Didn't somebody invite us down there?
Yes, sir. It was Miss Liz Garcia.
Where is she? I haven't seen her in a while. I mean,
where is Liz Garcia?
I see her on Facebook from time to time. I mean, like, I'd catch her, I'd because she would post things, and I would comment on them, or I would like her pictures, and we go. That's the way we kind of go back and forth. I haven't seen her lately though, and I
saw her I've seen her every now and then. She pops in and says hello sometimes.
Yeah, I don't get to see her much. I really don't. Last I heard, her father was suffering through things, and apparently he passed from that. So.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Poor Liz.
Yeah, she's good people, man. She's really good people. I really like her.
This is solid.
All right. Let's see who else is in the bar. I can't be on the chats here too long because we won't get to these articles on time. Sazzy Q's here. Sea Dragon, what's going on, my brother?
Howdy, Sea Dragon.
Let's see. He says Rage Against the Machines like the communist rock group. Yeah. Talk about being against the system only to be part of the system,
right? And working for them.
Jeez, stupid, dude. Stupid. Really
the
dumb.
irony.
Yeah, it is irony,
it's
dude.
lost on everyone.
It is pure irony. Cool. Kiss, thank you so much for dropping those links. And yes, may I remind you guys that my merch store right now is at a 30% sale for everything.
Hey.
Yeah. So coupon code right there is Bourbon30. So you can get that 30% off. And that's just going to end without even warning. It will just end without any warning. So I do advise people to, if, the best way to support the show is going through the merch store. That helps me a lot.
It shall come in a thief of the knife. That discount conclusion.
Yeah, like a thief in the
Get
night.
your booty over to the stove.
All right. Okay, shall we do this?
Let's do it, sir.
All right. Who was the last one who started last week? Was that me or was that you?
I think I started.
You did? Okay, so we'll start with.
Yeah, I think I did.
We'll start with one of mine here. Let me take you guys over. Wait, before I do anything, I don't want to be this amateur night, so let me turn the music off because I don't want to have to come back to the bar and the music is playing again. So let's go here. No, let's go here. Oops, here. Okay, I'm sharing that with everybody, and I'm going to share this with you.
Awesome. Let's see what you got, sir.
Screen share. All right, here we go. So this one is coming from newsbusters.org.
Newsbusters.
Look in the top, dude. It says Mr. C.
Mr. C. Yeah, they're the ones that I had some people that were all, there's only one MRC. And I was like, I am not the Media Research Center. I am Mr. C.
Yeah, you put a period after Mr.
Exactly.
Yeah, dude.
I was like, so that's totally not trademark infringement. I promise.
Craziness, man.
Yeah.
All
They're
right.
coming after me already.
I know, man. You know why? Because
what did I do?
You're telling the truth, bro. That's why they're going after you, bro.
The MRC does good work too, but I don't think it was a representative of the MRC. I just think it was some fool with a bunch of foolery.
like the foolery that we're gonna freaking be reviewing right now.
Exactly.
So this article was written by Kevin Tober, published on April 11th of this year. Article reads, CBS hypes fourth Charlie Victor shot. Wines American. Is that wines? Yeah, that's wines, right? Wines Americans care more about inflation. Well, go figure that one out. I think people have kind of figured out that this whole thing was all BS. And I think that everyone's getting affected with things of economic concern right now. I mean, it's clearly showing in the prices of gas, right? That's something that's so obvious. And something that's subtle, actually, people don't really notice too much of a hike in price with food too. My wife, she freaking notices that stuff real, like she knows, because even
if it's just a few cents, I'm like, hey, this is more than it was last week.
Yeah, no, my wife is good at picking that up because all I do is I say here's the debit card, go get what we need. And she's the one who always she notices the price changes. So that's something that's subtly going up. It's going up. So, and it seems to go up faster than we think,
Yeah, it's been going up pretty gradually, like frequently.
Yep.
Since the beginning of the summer or the beginning of the spring.
Yeah, I think people are over this Charlie Victor stuff, especially with the whole thing that just got where you, even when you go in the airplane now or in the airport, you don't need to wear your muzzle. Yeah.
I wonder, I guess we'll see if this sticks, right? I guess this is maybe the test run. Because, no more masks. So why is anyone going to get all scared over the fourth variant? Is it the fourth variant? Is that what it said?
Dude, I don't know.
Not like the 10th variant?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not even keeping track.
How is this supposed to scare us?
I'm not even keeping track anymore, man. Dude, I went, and I know I'm I know I'm kind of delaying this article here, but I have to say this. Like last week, I went to Costco, and I saw this older couple, Okay. The man was wearing, of course, a blue mask. The wife was wearing a pink mask. And on the mask, it read, "I'm vaccinated."
So we know to stay away from her.
Well, if you're vaccinated, then why do you have the mask on?
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, she just wanted to know how stupid she is.
Gosh, dude, I've given up. I've given up on people. I mean, they can do whatever they want. You can tell. For me, I'm the type of person now that I tell them once, and if they don't get it, then hey, well, I don't know what to. I really don't. I don't want to make it stressful on my life. So if you want to if you want to do what you want to do, go ahead. Go right on ahead.
If you want to wander around life with a mask on your face, you go ahead and do that.
Yeah, dude. And I don't get people who take these selfies too with the mask on, with thinking that, you know, even though they're smiling behind that mask, like, dude, we can't see the smile, bro. So,
yeah, and you know that their profile picture is the flag of Ukraine.
Yep. The virtue signaling, man.
Yeah, sir.
Anyhow,
And-
let me go ahead and start reading this thing, because we'll be on all night ranting about all these virtue signaling people. With the news out Monday that the Omicron subvariant BA2 is causing a new surge in Charlie Victor cases throughout the country, and with the announcement that Philadelphia will be reinstating their indoor muzzle mandate, CBS Evening Philadelphia.
No, Philadelphia.
CBS Evening News used this as an opportunity to hype a second Charlie Victor booster shot and whine that Americans care more about rising prices and the struggling economy than they do about the new variant. Well, yeah, because I think people, I think a lot of people are beginning to wake up and say, "Man, this is all BS, dude. This is BS, dude." And they're getting affected because now there's more money coming out of their pocket. So yeah, it only makes sense for people to care more about their livelihood rather than this thing that was played out that was supposed to be a very dangerous pandemic, which it really was not.
Yep, the only ones that are freaking out are the ones that are really easy to trigger.
Yeah.
And really on the edge.
Those are the people who are lazy to do their own research, is what that is. You know, you have to do your own research. Everything you do in life, you have to figure out if it's true or not, or if it's right for you or not, right?
Not them. I'm just kidding. They take no responsibility for their actions.
Well, let them keep on taking no responsibility and see where that leads them. They're going to go straight to the slaughterhouse, and they're going to want to go into the slaughterhouse.
See, now is the true test about going into airplanes and airports now, is to see how many people really now are not wearing the mask now that you don't have to.
Well, yeah.
Because you know there's still people that are going to be doing that.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I totally get it. Okay. Anchor Noah O'Donnell declared at the top of the segment that, quote, "the fight against the pandemic is far from..." See, dude, why do they keep doing this? After the declaration, she turned to correspondent Meg Oliver to give her report. And I get why they're doing this, because they're all part of this thing to scare people. I get it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, at this point, I think people should figure out that this is all boo-ish.
They need to knock it off. If I were these reporters, I would be afraid to report this stuff, knowing that it's fake and everyone can see it.
Well, they're going over they're not just reporting the thing. They're telling people how they should feel at this point. You know, it said here. What didn't it say? The fight against the pandemic is far from over. Like, come on, dude, really? I don't know, man.
Yeah, they're crazy.
Trying to beat back a possible new Charlie Victor surge, Philadelphia announced it will bring back indoor mask requirements in public spaces effective a week from today. Oliver reported, adding that the new BA2 variant now accounts for, quote, more than 72% of new Charlie Victor cases, which is, quote, up nearly 10% from a week ago. Where are they getting these numbers, dude? Seriously.
What's BA2 stand for?
I don't know, man. I would just call it Bravo Alpha. Bravo Alpha
Yeah,
2.
someone needs to come up with a clever little use for that acronym right there.
I mean, too bad it's not BS.
BS2, right?
Yeah, BS2.
It should be.
Well, there's some kind of video there that I will not play. Last time I played the video, dude, and we talked about it. I got booted out. So
Seriously?
yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
I did get booted out.
Well, doesn't Suzanne Tube suck?
She then turned to the second Charlie Victor booster shot, which is now being pushed by various health officials. Just 70% of the eligible population is fully vaccinated. The top health officials encourage boosters. Yeah, but I think a lot of people are regretting it now. What do you think? You think a lot of those people are regretting getting?
Well, I mean, if they're actually paying attention to everyone who's dying and people just dropping dead and all the athletes dying.
Yeah, not to mention celebrity, like even like rock stars and yeah,
like all these people are dying, and if they can't see that yet, I mean, I would be concerned, but I don't know. I guess the best is yet to come for the people who took their shots and their boosters, right?
Who's the latest fatality? Is Gilbert Godfrey? Yeah. I remember him from USA Network on those late night TV shows with those B-rated movies. That was the closest thing. Those were the closest things to rated R movies I got when I was in my younger teen years. Actually, in my preteen years, I remember.
That's awesome. Yeah, Gilbert Godfrey.
Yeah.
Jarring voice.
Yeah, and that face too, man. He looks like he was looking at the glare of the sun or something like that. Oliver bemoaned, surely wishing it was 100% of Americans. She then aired a clip of an interview with Dr. Ashish Jha from CBS Mornings. The question now has come up in the last couple of weeks. What about the second booster? Very good evidence from Israel that people over 60 should get a booster. I think that part's pretty clear. Agreeing with Jha, Oliver announced, and that's my phone. I apologize. I'm getting leads. I'm getting leads on the show, especially since some studies of say BA2 is more contagious than. I'm gonna call this shit Omarion. Omarion. Adding that some health experts say now is the time to act. Ending her report, she lamented how a new CBS poll shows Charlie Victor doesn't even rank among the top. Well, would you look at that? Doesn't even rank among the top 5 most pressing issues for Americans. They're more concerned about the economy and inflation. Yeah, no shit, because it's their livelihood. Oliver said
all
with
the COVID
disappointment.
Stuff is free.
Hey, you get free testing, right? Free mask, free
good.
testing. I don't know. Free boosters.
Why would we worry about that?
Free vax.
You can even get free masks if you go to the right place.
See, Meg Oliver is a well-paid correspondent for CBS News. She has the luxury to sneer at middle-class Americans for being more concerned with the sagging economy and sky-high inflation because she can afford the price increases at the grocery store and at the gas pump. Of course they can.
Yeah.
These people don't report. They freaking brainwash. That's what they do. They're propagandists.
All they do is read that script.
Dude, they're professional propagandists is what they are. And if people if they can't see it, then I really don't know what, I don't know what to tell them. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't like to waste my time on people who won't at least do a little bit of work for themselves. I can lead them to a place, but if they don't even want to eat just to take a look or, just a little bit of look, then why should I even waste my time?
I would dunk their head in the water, but it's up to them to drink it.
I like that.
Can't make them swallow it.
I like
Can't make
that,
them
man.
swallow it.
Wow, that's I guess you could call that waterboarding. I don't know.
Yeah. True that. They'd have to be on their back though.
Looks like you're thirsty.
Yeah.
Looks
Thirsty
like
for some knowledge.
you need something to drink.
You're thirsty for that truth, are you?
Most Americans can't afford to pay more and believe that that's a bigger threat than the virus that's been around for 2 years now.
I'm telling you, there's some very sensitive left-leaning liberals out there that are just, the Karens and stuff. They're just on there. They're on the edge. Like that one guy that was in that video that started like getting into a fight because someone without a mask was there or something like that.
Well, really?
He's like, yeah, it was like a little 20 or 30-second clip, and the daughter's all, "Daddy, no!" It was like at a Buc-ee's or something. I don't know. It was just like at some gas station. The guy was like, "You've got a mask. Stay away from me. I'll hit you." He was gonna hit him because he had no mask.
Oh,
They're ridiculous. And he got too close. But it was probably because the guy without the mask called him like a pussy or something. But like, wouldn't doubt it. Yeah.
Well, it looks like that was the end of that article. So
we've got another variant on our hands that nobody cares.
No.
And that's a problem. They're more concerned. They're like, Americans are more concerned about Russia and Ukraine, and they don't know anything about Russia and Ukraine. More concerned about that than they are the sports variant.
Yeah, nobody cares, dude. I mean, I think not only do they not care, but I think some of them are beginning to regret that they even got the thing.
If there really is snake venom in that, they're gonna die in 9 days. No, just kidding.
I don't know what's going on with people nowadays.
Yeah.
All right, let me see who else is up in the bar. Coco Scott, hey, what's going on, girl? Haven't seen you in a long time. Nice to see you. I mean, I know you were here last week, but it's been a while where you were coming in consistently, and it's really nice to see you again.
Howdy, Coco.
Let's see who else is here. We got an active chat, man. That's cool. Everybody's active here. That's cool.
Awesome.
Kiss, thank you again for your assistance. Much appreciated, as always. Yeah. So what'd you think of that article, bro? I mean.
Well, I mean, to me, it makes perfect sense that people care about inflation more than they do about COVID. And I can absolutely understand what the heck are they doing running a COVID again? Didn't they realize that the COVID program didn't work? Yeah. And I think operation totally failed.
It did. And I think a lot of people are beginning to realize, like, man, we were duped. Like, we were taken for a ride.
Yeah, man. Like, I hope so.
But now it's kind of too late though, because a lot of these people already took the freaking thing.
Yep, it's true. Hopefully it wasn't one that's gonna hurt them later on.
And here's another thing too. I mean, people have gotten so used to putting that muzzle on that they just put it on without even thinking about that they're putting it on. Mm-hmm. There's people who already been programmed to just automatically do that kind of stuff too.
Yep, masks are only good for coffee, bro.
Oh man.
Tell you what.
Dang. Anyhow. All right, let's go to one of yours.
Uh-oh.
Which one should we go?
Which ones did I send you? We can do the one
I'm thinking we do the Supreme Court Justice one first.
That sounds good.
Yeah, because I think the other one that you have and the one that I have kind of it's a good. Those are good enders.
They flow. All right. Love it when that happens.
Let me go ahead and screen share this with you first. Here we go. Bam. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I sure can.
Let me take this to the people. Bam.
All right.
Here we go.
We got
I see you went. I see that you went to my go-to.
Yeah, I pulled it up and I was like, let's see what they got here.
They got a lot of good stuff. They got a lot of good stuff there.
This was pretty funny. Kind of like a follow-up. Like, I guess we're gonna see like I don't know, entire skits coming out of this Ketanji Brown Jackson. I wasn't sure what it was going to say, but it says entire federal government following Ketanji Brown Jackson's lead. I was like, they're all going to go easy on pedophiles or what? Like, but no, it's
Well, I mean,
everyone's following.
they're already going easy on these twiddlers, dude. I mean,
Twiddlers? Oh yeah,
Yeah,
kitty
dude.
diddlers.
you know,
Mhm.
you know what we call them
What's that?
when my former job, we used to call them Chesters.
Chester molesters.
Mm-hmm. We used to call them Chesters, dude.
Mhm. Chester molester.
Yup.
Chester Ball. There's a really good hamburger joint called Chester's. Well, I don't know if it's good anymore, but it used to be good, and they used to call it Chester molesters. And I was like, don't say that about Chester. Was he really a molester? I'm just kidding. But yes, so what basically they're refusing to define a woman. So now we're going to have an entire section of is it okay to say retarded? And I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I guess
Retarded
it
government
is.
people.
They're
gonna be
I
like-
would say it's okay to say that.
But Supreme Court Jackson doesn't know how to define a woman. She's making some kind of civil rights statement by not defining woman.
I don't get that.
It's a historic moment for Marxist movements or something like that. I don't know.
But I don't get
tell you,
it.
Speak.
I mean, you couldn't answer something as simple as that, and
She's not a biologist. Speak.
wow. Is that the kind of world we live in now, where you have to be a biologist to figure out if it's a freaking male or female?
I guess so. I don't know. There was some representative that was speaking on the floor, and he even said, "I'm not going to define woman, out of respect for Ketanji Brown Jackson, because I'm not a biologist
Dude,
either."
these people
he
are
was making
idiots,
he
man.
was making fun of her, but these people are literally like joining the "Don't Say Woman" or "Don't Define Woman" movement.
Well,
It's
I mean,
ridiculous.
that's on purpose, dude. I think.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
I mean, we both know politically what that's all about, but I think there's a lot more deeper, sinister things to that. You know?
Absolutely.
There's I mean,
Absolutely.
there's a reason for that, dude. And
Yeah,
ultimately,
she doesn't want to be caught defining the word woman in case it comes up in a case.
well, I mean, it's not just that's politics. She's playing politics, but I think this whole thing of confused sexuality is they're doing this to confuse the mass, like to confuse people, and ultimately it comes down to population control, and also blaspheming what God has intended man and women to do, which is to make children. So
Yep.
that's my take on it. I mean,
Well, with the population control, they really messed up when they let those trans women in that jail. And now they have jail babies because they got some women pregnant. Like, don't you know you don't send them over to the women's center if they're pre-op?
oh my God, dude, I'm telling you, bro. That's not the first time. I'm
Jail
pretty
babies.
sure. I'm pretty sure I did a report on that before that incident. That incident came out in the news, because it happened in California with. Didn't I tell you about this? I thought I thought.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, because in California they were beginning to do that already in the prison and jail systems. I told you about that too, where they had they would house people who claimed to be female but still had the equipment with females. They would.
And they're making babies.
They would house them in the same housing location, but being the jail that I worked in, they had cells for one. They had up to two people cells. So what they would do is they would house these people with the equipment in with the women, and they would be alone in that cell, but they still can like interact through the door and stuff like that, or if like a female inmate is taking a shower, like that person who's supposedly claiming to be female, they can see a naked female, dude. They have view of that naked female.
I'm sure they do. Wouldn't that be funny though? Like they're like, hey, we put you in the women's center because you said you were a trans woman, so we wouldn't have to worry about you diddling your cellmate, and then they'd be like, I said I'm a trans woman. I didn't say I was gay.
He said that just so he could get some, right?
Yeah. That'd be funny.
Jeez.
But yeah, no, that's crazy. Yeah, jail babies.
It's
Oh yeah, so I guess we should get to this article. It says, okay, so Ketanji Brown Jackson is leading the masses. Let's see what it says. It says, right after Ketanji Brown Jackson, Joe Biden's new Supreme Court pick, announced that she had no idea what a woman is, at least 5 other federal government agencies followed suit.
This is supposed to be a judge, right?
Yeah, Supreme Court judge does not know what a woman is. Right?
Standards have really went down, haven't they?
I know. She must have really low self-esteem. She cannot even identify her sex. Her vagina must be very depressed.
How is that though? I mean, she has children.
It's sad. It's like it's like why do you deny me what I am? Don't you love me? Anyways, okay. We're not going to talk about the psychology of what do you call it, body parts. So the psychology of reproductive organs. Is your never mind? Is your penis sad? Is your vagina depressed? No,
I can just imagine they're talking to their own thing.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't doubt that these people do that. I wouldn't doubt that anyone who's still wearing a mask and is just is still pissed off at Trump, they probably personify their body parts. Oh, Lord. They probably have a name for it and everything. Anyhow, okay, so the Department of Justice, the Department of Education, the Department of Housing and Urban Development, the National Institutes, them too. How on earth is the National Institute of Health going to do any type of scientific development if they cannot even differentiate X, Y, and XX chromosomes? Come on.
This is the other alphabet. This is the other alphabet community right here.
Yeah, I know, right?
They're all full of shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
They all are full of ish.
Mm-hmm. And the Federal Bureau of Prisons. So now even the prisons cannot define woman. I guess it's going to get even harder. It's going to get even harder to keep them from, copulating in prison.
I'm so glad that I got out of that job, dude. I am so glad that I don't have to deal with this ish anymore, dude.
It's fixing to become a circus.
Dude, it is going to be a circus. And here's the thing, dude, like boots on the ground people like I was.
Mm-hmm.
The liability falls on you.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be your supervisor or your lieutenant or your captain or whoever, chief, your commanders. It's not going to be on them. It's going to fall on you. And this is ridiculous because if something happens and you're in charge of a housing area, this shit's going to land on you.
Yep.
And I'm so glad. I'm so freaking glad that I'm out of this shit, man. I really am. But this kind of pisses me off because I worked with a lot of good people. And, if some stupid thing comes out of something like this, they're going to be held liable for that. They're going to lose everything that they've worked for and put in time for. So, I don't know, man. This is getting crazy.
They're at risk. At risk. Since the whims of the cult of LGBTQ have become the basis of public policy in the United States, which is kind of weird, science apparently has to change.
Wait, science in quotes?
Yes, science, in quotes, science. I believe in science. Apparently, it has to change in order to accommodate the rise in mental derangement being seen across this once tolerable land. Yeah, mentally deranged.
Dude, the crazy are taking over, bro.
Mm-hmm.
The crazy are taking over.
They certainly are. That's why I like to say we are sane going. We are crazy going. Wait, no, we're going sane in a crazy world. That's what we're doing. And it's just making them look more crazy.
We're trying to be sane. I mean, dude,
we're going sane.
But honestly, dude, this stuff, like when I hear this kind of stuff, it blows my mind, dude. And it's, it's not that I'm doubting my sanity or anything like that, but it's cringy.
It's super cringy.
Well, I don't. What would you call it if it's more than cringy, but not to the point where you're gonna go ape shit? I mean, what is that point where you're in between cringy and not necessarily about to go ape shit, but just on that path? Because that's where I'm at. Like like today, for example. Okay, so today, for example, I went to take my daughter out to this place that serves Italian ice, you know, and I noticed that there are all girls working except this one person who presented as a girl, and then when I took a double take, I said, "Wait a minute, the Adam's apple's pretty big, the hands look pretty big."
You're like, gross. No,
the voice is kind of deep. And I said to my daughter, I said, "That's a guy, dude." I said, I told her that's a guy, and she looked at him and she's like, "Yeah, you're right, Dad. It's a guy."
She could tell too. He didn't pass. Clearly, he did not pass.
I said, "I don't understand why these guys want to look like ugly ass girls."
Right? that don't work. You know what I mean? That don't work. Okay.
Because obviously it was a boy, and I'm gonna call him a boy because he's probably probably still in high school, maybe 17, 16, maybe
Poor
18.
thing.
But yeah,
Poor thing.
It is sad, but I just don't understand why do the parents even allow this to happen? You know, like, I don't know. Maybe it's because they're a product of the public school system. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't know.
Yeah. What are the parents a product of, though? That is the question.
Well, I mean, if they don't have the discussion, and you know, because I think when parents have a discussion with their kids about sex, that's definitely and honest. I'm talking about an honest conversation. I don't think there would be much confusion out of that. You know, because I've had those discussions with my son when he was younger, and I was using raw terminology. I wasn't using scientific words. I was talking to him
like the labia. What you do with that is. I'm just kidding,
dude. I would tell him like I was talking to one of my buddies, but not in a way where I'm degrading women. It's just trying to get to that. Like, I was going down to his level, if that made any sense, so that he can. So it can get into his head that, oh, okay, he's explaining this to me. More in a level of my level, as opposed to me being like, oh, I'm your dad, and you know you. I was just trying to make him feel comfortable about the conversation, but apparently he wasn't comfortable because I'm still his dad.
Because well, you know, was he squirmy or what?
Dude, yes, he was.
Really?
Even till now, he still cringes about when I talk about, like, when I ask him, hey, so what's up with the girls, man? And he's yeah, I don't have time for that. I'm like, what do you mean you don't have time for that? I said, dude, when I was your age, I was chasing girls all over the place, man. Chasing girls all over the place.
What did he say to that?
And he was like, nah, but he, you know, my son, he's very opposite of what I was, which is good. That's good. And I think he does have a good head on his shoulder where he wants to be able to be established before he gets into some kind of relationship. But it's a double-edged sword, because at the same time, like, I want him to have a relationship right now, so then he knows certain feelings and how it goes and all that stuff. And like, I don't want him to freaking, like, I don't know.
He's like in his 20s, right?
Yeah, he's gonna be 23 in July.
And he's never had a steady relationship.
I mean, I think he's dated a girl, maybe.
He's had girlfriends and stuff.
I think he has. He's not open to me about that kind of stuff, but I think he has. But you know, I don't even know if he's even ever done it before. I don't know. He may have. He may have. But I don't really, you know, every time I ask him about that, he just doesn't. He's very secretive when it comes to that kind of stuff. He's very private, especially with me, because he's kind of embarrassed. Give
him some time. Give him some time, and you know, you never know. he might. I mean, not that you want him to, but at least he can give you a general idea.
Man, that's all I need, man. That's all I need.
Just to make sure he's well-rounded and well-developed. You know what I mean? Like, he's not out doing weird things. Like,
how did we get to this? We're talking about.
I don't know. We're talking about Ketanji Brown Jackson here, and somehow. Anyways, okay. So let's get back to this article. It says, to be a woman in America now means dressing up in drag or cutting off your male body parts. The drag queens typically do it better than most women do. I'm talking about dress and appearance and makeup. It also includes males who leave their body parts intact but make their hair long and wear lipstick, or who choose to use the women's locker room. Everything described in that paragraph pretty much describes what your typical hetero male in the world looks for in a sex partner today.
I'm married, so it doesn't.
Well, I mean, of a certain stature. Yeah.
You talking about men of power?
Yeah. People who have money and influence. That's
I don't know about that, man. Because if I was not married and I had a lot of money, dude, I'd be hookers all over the place, man. Not the cocaine, just the hookers.
It's good you know who you are speaking.
Well, I mean, let me change that, because now that I'm at the age I'm at, nah. And also now that I've...
Well, you only got a few really good years left in you, speak. No, just kidding.
Whoa, wait a minute there, dude. I'm still good. No, but I'm just saying, I think if you give me 20 years back, yeah, I'd probably be irresponsible and hopping around with all sorts of women. But now, especially with the where I'm at in my life and especially with my spirituality, I mean, there's just no way that I can do anything like that anymore. I just can't. Yep. I just can't. But I can totally see myself 20 years ago doing stupid shit like that. I just can,
Oh Lord, the stories I could tell. It says when asked by Fox News to define the word woman, all 5 of the aforementioned federal agencies did not provide a direct answer. In other words, there is no such thing as a real woman anymore. Aretha Franklin, eat your heart out. According to the American government. The NIH, which describes itself as the steward of medical and behavioral research for the nation, did respond to Fox with a link to a section of its website on sex and gender. Sex refers to biological differences between females and males, including chromosomes, sex organs, and endogenous hormonal profiles. The site reads, gender refers to socially constructed. See, it's constructed by social people. Socially constructed.
No, it's not.
Apparently, that's what this website says. It is socially constructed and enacted roles and behaviors which occur in a historical and cultural context and vary across societies and over time. It adds with made-up pseudoscience. Yeah, I mean, no, that's not what gender is. Gender is an emotion. Is that what they're saying? It's an emotion that's based on historical and cultural context.
No, dude.
That's retarded.
Dude, gender is determined as. I mean, a child's gender is determined as as they're developing in the woman's womb.
So does that mean that we should ask the left-leaning liberals what sex they are instead of what gender they are, so they have to say biological male or female?
This is,
I mean, if that's how they define it, like maybe we've been asking them the wrong question,
bro.
Like I don't need to use the word gender. I can get them to admit their actual sex if I use the word sex. I mean, they'll probably like shriek and run away if I say what sex are you. But
we've had this discussion. They won't
be like, I'm tripod gender.
We had this discussion about the wordings of that liberal uses, didn't we?
Yeah. Well, yeah. The libs like to take words and make them their own.
Jeez,
it's right.
No wonder why they're all screwed up, dude. They're all screwed up because they keep confusing themselves with their own language as well.
They keep confusing themselves. Yep.
This is
why that is. I don't know. Too many poppers, probably. All individuals act in many ways that fulfill the gender expectations of their society. With continuous interaction between sex and gender, health is determined by both biology and the expression of gender. I don't see how that's healthy, to be quite honest with you.
What's expression of gender? Like expressing if you're a guy
I
or
guess
girl?
maybe that means like like if you dress like feminine or whatever gender it is you assigned yourself. If you assigned yourself like, I don't know, the green frog gender.
It goes back to do thy wilt, man. That's all that
do
it
as
is.
thou wilt.
Yeah. Who said that again?
Yeah.
That was Aleister Crowley, right?
Mr. Crowley. Mr. Crowley. Yep, that was the man, sir.
Apparently, I understood what Ozzy said when he said that.
Yeah,
it's the only thing I understood in that
Mr.
that song.
Alarming. Oh, in that whole song. Yeah. Yeah. What? Yeah. Wow. Yeah, Mr. Crowley. Ozzy Osbourne. Cannot form a cognitive sentence.
Nope.
So now we're entering the United States of Sodom and gonorrhea. No, I'm just kidding, Gomorrah. Yeah. As you will notice, the NIH, which includes Tony Fauci in its ranks, never actually answered the question. Yeah. Nowhere on the NIH website is the word woman clearly defined, either in the context of sex or gender.
Why does it have to be defined? That word already defines what a female is.
Exactly. And if you don't know what it is, you might be confused. When asked for further clarification, the NIH refused to provide an answer, probably because it no longer has one with the way things are constantly changing on a daily basis. We don't have anything else to add. The taxpayer-funded agency said they didn't even have anything to begin with.
Wait, exactly. All they had was a bunch of jumbled up words.
I'm not surprised they even mentioned the word woman. Why even acknowledge it, Why even? And where are all the feminists who are like, you are robbing us of our definition? Gosh. You are erasing us from the, and yet can they still define a man? Probably.
Oh, you watch, man. You watch the article that I'm going to read after you, man.
I'm all,
You want to talk about where the feminists are? Well, we'll see what happens.
Did you find them?
We'll see what happens.
Rascally feminists.
We'll see what the article reads because I didn't read it. So
awesome, cool. We're gonna go to the island of lost feminists. Anyways, it says
Wonder Woman.
Fox then tried to get an answer from the Department of Health and Human Services, which similarly avoided providing an answer. The agency's Office of Population Affairs did release a document called Gender Affirming Care and Young People. Of course, the young people. However, that contains details about how to transform your child from a regular human being into a Baphomet.
Dude, this is bad.
You're pretty bad.
I mean, all jokes aside, this is bad. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. They're going to confuse the heck out of everyone under the age of 18.
I really hope that a lot of parents are paying attention to this. I really hope they are, man, because I mean, honestly, especially when it comes to school, I mean, I think now parents are beginning to awaken to what the hell's going on, but for most part, like parents they don't care, dude. They just say go get good grades, and they don't even see what the kids are studying.
And kids don't even have to learn anymore, So they're going to get good grades just for showing up, and the parents are never going to know that they are just making babies in the classroom.
That is true. Yeah.
They don't have to learn math anymore. They don't have to learn science anymore.
Nope. They're going to teach them how to. They're going to teach them how to touch themselves, dude.
As you know what.
You did that article last week.
I'm sure. A scoring system, a grading system crossed my mind on the oral lessons of masturbation, and I was like, oh God, they're gonna have marathon runners by the time they graduate, and that's all that they'll have been taught during the time they were in school. They'll be ready to move on to much heavier stuff once they graduate.
Oh my goodness, man. I mean, like I said, all jokes aside, it is frustrating, man. It's
Mhm.
very frustrating.
Yep, yep. Well, let's see what it says here. It says, since Americans are just rolling over and accepting these abominable doctrines about sex and gender with barely so much as a fight, the infiltrators pushing them will continue to rot the country from the
Mm-hmm.
inside out, including from the highest levels of government. Defund the federal government, wrote someone at the Daily Mail.
It's
Anyone
not
who
that
cannot
easy.
define Yeah, we've been trying. Anyone who cannot define a woman, it has no place in power, wrote another. There's the feminist app. Someone else talked about cleaning house in the 2024 election, but it will be far too late at that point to even try to stop the train
I
of
think it's too late.
demoralization.
Yeah, I think it's too late.
Well, it's too late to do that by 2024, but let's not forget, I mean, there's so many rhinos out there that are totally down with Baphomet, which left the station a long time ago and has already arrived at its destination. How do these people still have a job? Asked another, calling the West a clown world for voting and embracing this deranged filth as if it were normal.
This has been going on for a while already. It,
Yeah,
it just it
yeah,
just now it's only beginning to surface. It's like showing it's very obvious now, but this has been going on for quite some time already.
yeah.
I would
I don't
even
know. I feel like it's servicing, kind of fast. So hopefully there's some backlash. Like they're
I don't
going too
know.
fast.
I don't know.
Hopefully.
I don't know. And the reason why I say that is because majority of the youth are buying into this.
True that. I mean,
You know, and it's not
yeah.
people. It's not people who are our age bracket. It's
No.
the
Yep.
younger
It's
generation,
younger ones.
and it's too late because there's just a lot of them now. And they're accepting to they're accepting to all this confusion.
Yep. They sure are. Some of them like the confusion.
It's unfortunate, man. It's actually, I mean, it is sad, man. I would think it's very sad. Um, I really don't want to think that way, but I think the education system already has kind of they've already done our kids in, man.
At least this generation now, parents, get to your school board meetings.
I mean, yes, but at this point, a lot of these parents are probably gonna have arguments with their children about this kind of stuff. I mean, I've already heard of stories with where kids were arguing with their parents about this whole thing. Like, I'm serious, and I'm pretty sure you've heard stories about that shit too.
Oh yes.
It gets ugly in the house because the parent who's supposed to be paying attention to the child's education was too busy with work and not necessarily paying attention to what they were learning, and now it's too late. Now that they're in high school and they've been indoctrinated since I don't know what, elementary school,
Probably.
and now they're having these
Most
big
likely.
arguments at home because they both disagree on things. And that's another thing too. Like, a lot of these young people, they don't know how to communicate. They don't know how to debate. They don't know how to. They don't know how
There's
to have a
no
cordial
logical thing.
a cordial conversation with somebody. It's. I know this because I'm more educated than you are.
Mhm.
Are you really more
Which
educated?
means they want, because it means that they watch more TV and live streams of it, or they watch more YouTube videos.
Well, I mean, I think it's easy to say that because there's a lot more access to things now, right?
Mhm.
As opposed to how I didn't have the internet when I was in high school, and now children now they have access to anything. They can find out anything in the internet, and I didn't have that, So
No siree ball.
they do have a lot of access to knowing more things, but I think they've been brainwashed into thinking very, I don't know, odd stuff, man. Just odd stuff. And I don't even, I don't even know if that's necessarily good, or I don't even think that's even good for them to have more access than we did.
That's a good question. I feel that's something, a curveball that I guess they probably didn't anticipate is, does access to larger amounts of information necessarily equate with good development, for children? Probably not.
It also depends on what type of, and plus when you're a child, you don't have discernment.
Exactly. That's all information. Like that access to that much information, which is all information, probably is too much. They need to take it like with baby steps.
Yeah, but I don't. I at this point, I think it's too late. I just think it's too late. Even when you have, I'm pretty sure there are still good children out there because their parents are paying attention and making sure that what they're studying is what is right. But I would say the majority of parents, they're oblivious. They don't, go to Walmart. There's your example right there, dude. And I hate to say it that way.
I'm just kidding.
I hate to say it. Go to Target, go to Walmart. That's your example, dude. That's your example of your typical family that they don't know what's going on. They don't, and they just go.
Well, hopefully at some point they get it set straight.
It's hard to be very optimistic about that. Only because I think the future.
It may not be this generation or another generation. It might be a few generations from now where they're like, okay, enough about this stuff. Enough about this stuff.
Only time will tell. Only time will tell. But I think as far as this generation goes, they've been tainted already, man. Like it's kind of too late. It's kind of too late. And I know I sound like
send them to the slaughterhouse. No, just kidding.
You don't even have to send them. They're going to be willing to they're going to be willing to go in there. They will be willing to be, because they say, because it's going to be a virtual. It's going to be a virtue signaling thing. Like, oh, look at me. I'm going to go in there, and you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Sad.
That twisted, sir. That twisted.
I mean, that's pretty much how things are going. People are they're going to destruct their own selves. Because they've already been brainwashed into thinking one way, that now self-destruction is probably what they're thinking. They're thinking it's the right thing to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the world is overpopulated. They're gonna have those what do you call it? Those suicide booths like they do in Futurama.
The cartoon?
Yeah, they're suicide booths. Yeah, the cartoon. Like if you can go commit suicide. It's like a phone booth. You just go in there.
Oh my goodness, dude, that's crazy.
It's your choice.
I never watched that kind of stuff. I never have, but it surprised me.
Suicide booth.
Kiss, thank you for the 2 cookies. Thank you so much, girl, and also thank you for helping me with dropping those links as well. Let's see. Now, I guess we're gonna go to my article.
No, right.
And you were asking where the feminists were. I may have found them.
They're on the Isle of Lesbos. Just kidding.
I may have
Lesbos.
With Wonder Woman.
Awesome. Yep, they're hanging out with her over there.
Okay, let me get this to screen share with you first. I think you're gonna find entertainment in this one.
All right.
Let's go there.
Wait, what? Yes, they do have a problem.
Alrighty now.
It's gotta be a lie, Amel. It's gotta be a lie.
All right. So this article was from ladbible.com. I like going to this website now because they have a lot of crazy shit there. This one was published today, April 20th, by Charissa Bosanikis.
Bosanikis.
Article reads,
Sounds about right.
Majority of female athletes don't have a problem with trans women in female sports.
Lies. A man clearly.
Dude. Let's read on. Let us read on.
Probably trans. I wouldn't doubt it.
Let's read.
I wouldn't doubt it's a trans that wrote this article.
Let's read on. Let us read. This is interesting. Okay. Oh, and funny enough, it starts off with this. New research shows. What kind of research is this?
Did Dr. Rachel Levine's original source information or what?
I don't know.
Wrote this article that we're doing our research on.
Well, I got to tell you that this website has a lot of crazy stories, dude. New research shows that most female athletes are not concerned with transgender athletes participating in women's sports. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a straight up lie, dude. That is a straight up lie. The study conducted by researchers at Monash University. Okay, that could be a bullshit university. I really don't know, because this is a lie, dude. This is definitely a lie.
Trans university. It's one we don't know about.
It's an all trans university, right?
An all trans university. We were just talking about that. It was like they should have trans leagues. Like, what the hell are they thinking?
Well, I don't know. They're not
Why
thinking.
Why did they think about that to begin with? Like,
they're not thinking.
Obviously, trans leagues. I mean, come on. You have Special Olympics. You can have the Trans Olympics.
Oh my goodness!
In fact, the Trans Olympics can happen exactly after the Special Olympics.
Obviously, they're not thinking about this stuff. Let's see. Showed that less than a quarter, 24%, of women believe trans athletes have an unfair advantage when they play on a field. You think?
They know. They're like, oh crap, I'm gonna get crushed in wrestling.
Jeez, this is so stupid, dude. This is stupid, dude. They surveyed female athletes from 6 different sports at 12 randomly selected clubs to get their findings. Okay, so let me ask you this. Let me put this. Okay, let's just say it this way. Maybe the person who was asking the question of the female athlete was a big muscular trans gender, and asked and give them that look, what look I'm talking about, and ask them the questions like you better give me the answer that I want. Look, you know what I'm saying? They were bullied into saying, "Oh yeah, we don't mind at all."
I'm telling you. They know what's good for them. They better agree with this. They better agree.
I don't know how to do this, man. I can't do this. I can't.
It's all a lie. It's all a lie.
This is so.
Every interview, 100% of the interviews I've heard, the girls or the women do not like having men to compete with. So where are all these ones? Where's this 79% or 80% of the girls said like?
Wait,
totally?
Let's see how many percent. It said 24%.
Where's the 76% of women? I've never seen one of them on TV.
Yeah, I
I've never seen one of those where they're like, oh yeah, it's all fine.
Well, I mean, you could see already. Is that
we
rugby?
Believe in equality.
That's rugby, right? Look at that girl on the right, man. Look at that girl on the right side with the red shirt. That's a dude, man. Look at those legs. Those are man legs, dude.
I don't know. Those are kind of childbearing hips there. They're just kidding.
Those are man legs. The girl on the right who's jumping with the red shirt. Look at those legs, man. Those are man thighs, dude.
Mm-hmm. Man thighs.
Oh gosh. Okay, let me read on, man. This is mind blowing.
You know, they took that picture at a distance, so this way you couldn't tell they were to the unassuming eye.
No. You can still tell. You can still tell.
That's funny.
You can still tell, man.
Oh man.
They tried their best to hide it, but no. You can't fool me, man.
Maybe it
Okay.
could have been at night.
What was interesting was that 46% of men surveyed felt there was an unfair advantage. Well, only 46%? Dude, that's got to be higher, man.
All rigged numbers, I'm telling you.
Probably a bunch of what's the other 54? So you're telling me the 54% were a bunch of soy boys? Jeez, man.
You know, all the men are like, they just laugh and they're like, yeah. We need to
Oh,
grow.
probably, you know, I could totally see
care.
that. I could totally see that. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I could totally see that.
They
Yeah, I
probably think
could
it's a
totally
joke.
see that. The
They're like,
research
yeah.
also showed similar results to another study conducted in 2020, which concluded that only 39% of women believed that trans women have an unfair. Wait.
Fine again?
39% of women believed that trans women have an unfair advantage. Why? I think the unfair advantage would be towards women as opposed to trans.
Wait, that makes no. What propaganda is this? This is crazy propaganda.
This is nuts, dude.
What? Who did this article? Is it peer reviewed?
No, it's Lad Bible. They have a lot of good stuff. Like they have a lot of like
This is almost like parody or.
yeah. But what I'm saying is that their reports report on a lot of really crazy ass stuff. So they could have gotten this story from somebody else. I mean, down here, it says The Guardian, but let me just continue to read this thing.
That makes sense.
With 9% expressing they strongly felt this. Oh, geez, are you serious, man? In contrast, 65% of surveyed men believed they did have an advantage, with 27% saying they strongly agreed with this statement. Because they didn't want to be shamed publicly. That's probably what it is, man. Like they didn't want to be shamed.
Reverse virtue signaling. We're gonna have to come up with a psychological term for that. What is reverse virtue signaling? Like
this is crazy, dude. But this world we live in.
There's Monash University, and they're just kidding.
It's probably one of those scammy online universities, man.
No kidding, right?
It probably is, man. I don't know. It's all trans. I don't know.
It's a trans university. I'm telling you. They exist.
Oh,
it's no longer called Drag U. Drag University,
Oh, man.
They accept the trans now, you know.
That's part of the application process.
One of the prerequisites to joining Monash Trans University is making sure that you go through Drag University first.
Can you imagine for community service? I dressed up as a drag and I read books to kids in the library.
They rode on my lap.
Dude, this is
terrible.
This is crazy, dude. This is crazy town, dude. So what's clear is that men seem to have a much bigger problem with a situation that doesn't really apply to them. The research finding also follow Tasmania senator. Tasmania. Where's Tasmania at?
No, it's like somewhere in
Australia, right?
Yeah. So that's what is happening.
Oh, that makes sense because they are super liberal down there. But I think because of this whole, you know, the Charlie Victor, I think a lot of people have kind of reversed from that. But I can so see Australia being like this. Unfortunately,
they are ass backwards down under.
They're very, very liberal down there. Like, I don't know. Claire Chandler introducing the Save Women's Sports Bill, which wants to amend the Sex Discrimination Act. If it gets passed, it would see transgender athletes excluded from in a range of sporting clubs in Australia based on sex.
So they're trying to put their foot down.
They're trying to.
They're trying to. We'll see how far this bill gets without guns. We'll see how far this bill gets without guns.
Yeah, well, there are definitely going to be guns involved, but ain't going to be the citizens' guns, you know.
Right, exactly.
Sadly
said.
said.
It's like, oh yeah, you don't want to let trans Johnny.
I mean, dude, they're beating people
wrestle
out.
with the women.
They're beating people. The cops are beating people up out there with no masks. I mean, seriously.
Where? Oh, in Australia. Yeah, I don't doubt.
And
dude, that's whatever happened to Australia.
It's a shame. You know, it's a shame on cops that do stupid shit like that. For a paycheck. For a paycheck or for their career. I mean, really? They've
sold themselves out. Like,
they've lost they've lost their humanity, dude. I mean, seriously. And I hate to say it, but I think if things are not fixed in this country, I seriously think that a lot of these future cops are going to be the same way. Unfortunately.
Yep. I mean, I just really don't see us getting as far as Australia.
No, it's not far fetched. It really isn't. At the rate we're going right now, it's not far fetched at all.
And you know why I think that is true? It's because the media and the government has trained all of these people to be their standing army. So the government won't have to do it. They'll just have all of these trans people going around doing it.
No, that's true. I mean, they've already got that one who's in charge of the health department, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Rachel Levine.
Is that what the name is?
The thing itself. Yeah, the trans department.
That's one hideous.
Millie's girlfriend.
If that
they went to high school together. Millie and Rachel went to high school together, and they played on the football team together. So what is the chance that they are working together underneath the same cabinet in the same administration?
So who was the center?
What are the odds?
Who was the center and who was the quarterback?
I don't want to know. I mean, for all we know, Rachel Levine wears the pants in the family. Okay, even as a woman, even as like a mutant Fozzie Bear trans woman.
Oh gosh, that's one hideous looking woman, man. That's one hideous looking thing.
She takes Millie to get her nails did, and they're good for the weekend. But what are the odds in any mathematical sense that these two former football team members, one of them woke and one of them trans, like would both serve in the same administration years later? Clearly they are high school sweethearts, clearly. And eventually they're gonna have the romance novel of the season, the story to end all stories, the romance of Victoria Millie and Rachel Levine.
The bromance, you mean?
Yeah, it's like years in the closet. I don't know, pays off trans.
Well, if you don't have those,
really bad at writing titles.
If you don't have the shirts or the cups,
the skins.
If you don't have the shirts or the skins or the cup of Millie,
I hated being a skin.
If you don't have the T-shirt or anything like that, dude, I would highly recommend you print a bunch of stickers and just stick them all over the damn place, dude. No, I'm serious. That would be a great idea, dude. You get all those Millie stickers, stick them all over San Antonio, man.
I'd have to make up something really good for Millie to be saying, right? Like, what could Millie be saying with those nails and that lipstick? Daddy did this, and they're just kidding.
These are not. You can put something that's. You can put something
to the. Daddy Biden did this.
Or you could put, these are not Lee press-on nails.
These are not press-on nails. They're acrylic, bitch. That is funny. Yeah, I don't want to know who was a quarterback and who was center. Like, don't want to know. I'm sure nothing under there smells fresh. Not with those two.
Man,
Not
what-
with those two.
This is a crazy night, bro.
That, I'm telling you, I'm gonna write a parody like short story. It's gonna be the romance of Victoria and Rachel
Oh, you
from
should.
high school, from high school to the highest ranks of their department.
Oh man.
It'll become the new Christmas classic for all the woke people. The gays will love it. They'll be like an unassuming story, romance story about two highly unattractive individuals that still manage to stay together
You're gonna name it.
after all these years.
I got a perfect title for the book.
What is it?
Bromancing the Stone.
Oh no! I think they already made a gay porn called that.
Oh, shit.
Oh no! Wait. The hetero one was Romancing the Bone.
Oh,
my bad.
goodness.
So, Romancing the Bone. That's what it should be called.
Bromancing the
Wait, no.
Bone.
The porn is Romancing the Bone. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, Romancing the Stone. Romancing the Keystone. How Victoria Millie and Rachel Levine went from high school lovers to confusing the Q mapper. I don't know. I'm running out of ideas here. I need to brainstorm more.
You need to take more nature walks to get that idea.
I need to take more nature walks. I get my best ideas in nature. I get my best ideas.
Let me finish this article up, man. This is crazy. Prime Minister Scott Morrison has previously applauded the bill, calling it terrific, according to The Guardian. He added, Claire is a champion for women's sports, and I think she's been right to raise these issues in the way that she has. Well done, Claire. Oh, Claire. Is that Claire from Silence of the
Clarice.
Lambs? Yeah, Clarice.
Clary.
Some fava beans and some Chianti. Man,
Yes.
what a creepy movie. That guy also
yes.
too, man. That dude, what's his name? Anthony Hopkins.
Oh, Anthony.
Oh
Hopkins,
man,
yeah.
I think he's into some really heavy stuff too.
Dude, have you ever seen that movie? What is it called? Magic.
I don't know.
It's like a 1970s movie starring very young Anthony Hopkins and what is that woman's name? I can't remember her name. Anyways, it's about a puppet. He's a ventriloquist and he has like a schizophrenia, and his other personality comes out in the puppet. It's pretty freaky. And Margaret. That's
Sounds like a Twilight Zone episode, dude.
Uh-huh.
It really does.
It's pretty crazy.
All right. Other members of the coalition also support the bill. I'm assuming this is the bill to not have trans in female sports. With Matt
There's like, oh yeah.
Canavan saying, I think it represents millions of Australians. Yeah, see, it's from Australia. Especially Australian women who don't want to see their daughters work hard, or try hard, get up early. Wait,
Yeah, you need to compete against a man.
wait. What kind of spin is this, dude? What is this?
For real. That is some weird spin.
Now I'm confused. Try hard, get up early to become the elite at their sport, and then someone with a clear biological advantage can beat them. Oh, okay, I get it. So he's trying to say that have them working hard to compete within women's sports, and then just
That almost sounds backwards.
Yeah. Okay, that almost confused me, but now I understand what he's saying. However, the proposed bill has also faced scrutiny, with many Alphabet Plus advocates speaking out against its ideals. ABC News Sports, that former Tasmanian Anti-Discrimination Commissioner Robin Banks said the bill was a legislative solution to a non-existent problem. What?
How is this not a problem?
What world? Well, I mean, come on, dude.
I mean, what
I was
kind of
about to
glasses is he wearing?
I was about to say, what kind of world are we living in now? Right?
He's like, that's a man? I thought that was a woman.
Sure looked like a girl to me.
Right?
She said Senator Chandler argued that it's about supporting equality for girls and women in sports. The Sex Discrimination Act already permits that. Yeah, it does, because you're allowing these dudes to freaking compete against women. I mean, if you're gonna do this, why don't you just open it up for both sex? You know, why even bother having just let both female and male do sports and see what happens.
Because of the biological differences between the male and the female gender.
This is not a good piece of legislation. It will have unintended consequences, and discrimination laws should be about preventing discrimination, not promoting it.
Ridiculous. They just need to open a trans league.
Look at in the bottom.
There'll be 2 divisions.
You see that picture down there on the left?
Males and the confused women.
Look at that trans dude.
It's a man, baby.
Dude, that's a dude.
That
look at
is
those.
A dude.
Look at the arms, man. Look at the neck. Look at the hands.
He's butch.
They're gonna make dudes like that compete with females in female rugby, dude.
Right? They don't even pass.
Somebody's gonna get hurt. I mean, besides that, somebody's gonna get hurt real bad.
Mm-hmm. It's true. It's true.
Crazy town, dude. This is nuts, bro.
Oh, Australia. Well, at least they're trying to fight it, but like I said, without guns, I don't know how far they're gonna get.
Well, it's not without guns. I mean,
alphabet culture is going to be.
They're gonna have.
Really?
They have the guns. It's not on their side.
Exactly. So you know what I mean.
Absolutely, man. Let me go back to the chats here real quick, and then we'll go to your article. I mean, that's a perfect article to segue into your article, to be honest, dude.
Yeah. That was good. That was a good, nice, fluid jump right there.
Well,
sir.
we kind of I kind of set it up that way. We always go back to these topics, though, man. It just and not because we're looking for it. It's just that's most of the stories out there right now.
It's quite prevalent.
It is. It's very prevalent. Let's see. You got Sassy Q. You got Disco Ball Chaser. Hey, good evening. Thank you for coming to the bar.
Disco Ball.
Let's see. Sassy Q. All laughing about the whole bromance stuff.
I mean, I don't know, since one is a woke queer and the other one is trans. Maybe bromance is too masculine identified centric or something. I don't
Pilled by the Rabbit
bromance, we wanted bromance.
Pilled by the Rabbit was here earlier. I don't know if he's still there. He donated the cookie. Thank you so much, sir. I'm trying to because I'm on 2 different laptops here, because one is for the show and one is for observing. So I'm actually using my DJ computer to freaking observe. Okay, so we're caught up. Cool. All right, let's. I got bit on my chin a couple nights ago by some bug, because I fell asleep on my floor, and I think a spider bit me, man. And it looks like it looks like I got double chin, dude.
Is it swelling or what?
Dude, it's swollen, bro.
Uh-oh.
It's swollen, but I mean it's not as bad as it was like yesterday. It's beginning to go down, but I think I got a spider bite on my freaking my chin. This thing is like swollen and it's hard.
Not bueno.
Well, luckily, whatever it was, must have been poison, because this thing it got really swollen. But now it's going down, but it still kind of itches, and it looks like I have double chin. Jeez.
Double chin spider bite, sir. You have to take you to the doctor.
I don't have insurance, man. Can't do it.
Emergency room it is then. Just kidding.
All right, let's go here. Let me do the screen share here for the final article. Been a good night, man. It's been a good night, dude. It really has.
Yes, sir. It sure has
we
been.
Always have fun.
Always a great night for crazy news.
It is, dude. It really is. Let's see here. Bam. Here we go.
All right. So course at Utah College lets class watch pornographic films together.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, I've heard they tried to have classes like this in high school and at grade school, but
Dude, this man, I mean, this already sounds like it's a interlude to a porn movie, dude.
No kidding, right? Like, what would we call this? Swingers Breakfast Club or what? No, just kidding.
Oh shoot!
I'm sure the possibilities are endless, right?
Oh, they are, but this is not detention. They're actually in class.
They are in class.
Who
right?
would? I mean, if this was detention, who wouldn't want to be in detention?
No kidding.
I'd purposely, if I was still a high schooler, I'd purposely get in trouble just as,
You would probably take the advanced placement classes for this. No, just kidding. They're gonna offer like advanced classes,
honors
classes, or pornography 101, or is this and then the fourth class is production. Just
And of all places, man, Utah. Like, come on, dude.
Aren't they already polygamists over there?
Oh, man.
Or is that outlawed? I don't know. I'm not sure. But this is, Westminster College in Salt Lake City, Utah is offering a course.
There's probably somebody out there that went to this college. I don't know. Maybe.
Who do you mean someone that went out to who went out to this college? You mean Mitt Romney? No, just kidding.
Probably.
No, they would never have done such
good
a thing
old
back
Mittens.
Then. Mittens Romney.
Good old Mittens Romney, right?
I mean, watching pornographic films together only leads to things.
It's pretty much foreplay. I mean, this is pretty much what's the terminology these kids use nowadays? Netflix and chill. This is pretty much Netflix and chill without even having to be in the house. They're already watching Netflix and chilling at class.
It introduces an entire, subcategory of kink, with the teacher or the instructor being present. So how would you want to bet the instructor plays all films about, the instructor being present? I'd be like, are you trying to teach us something? Are you trying to tell us something, teacher? No.
Yeah, and watch the teacher says, he's going to say, if you want extra credit.
Oh, no. Just see if you learned that technique. Hardcore pornography is as American as apple pie.
Yeah, look what happened in that. Look what happened in that movie. Look what he did to apple pie.
A poor apple pie. I was gonna eat that. But now they're both ruined. No, just kidding.
Did you see that movie?
Yes.
American Pie.
The first one. That's where I stopped. I only saw it once.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt, but when you said American, that scene just popped to my head.
It was like they ruined both of them. Hardcore. Oh yeah. So it's as American as Sunday Night Football. Also, apparently speak. That's what the course description says. That's what your syllabus says. Okay. Westminster College in Salt Lake City, Utah offers a class on pornography in which students watch raunchy films as a group. But wouldn't it be funny if the teacher every lesson plan was written out and they just read from it? They couldn't speak their lesson plan. I wouldn't be able to speak a lesson plan unless I was I don't know, a dominatrix or a mistress or a matter.
Well,
I would need my whip at the head of the class.
Can you imagine? Well, okay, so tell me, what kind of group projects would this consist of? What kind of lab work would this consist of?
Securing nipple clamps,
Who's the professional guy? Cuomo?
Right? Yes, Cuomo would be the guest speaker for that day. He'd probably get paid, I don't know, $500,000, to speak at this class in Utah, on his way to mittens. Like basically that's what this boils down to.
What's going
Proper uses for a ball gag. I don't know.
Dude, what is happening to this world, man?
You know what they're doing? They're preparing all future generations for just like sex work. When America's a third world country, like all of these students will be the ones that you see.
You're
like,
right.
In those live sex chat, like where they're in a booth, like in a factory, with like really cheap green screen, and that's all that they do.
Dang,
they
dude.
just
They
just sit from the computer all day long playing with themselves. I mean, that's what this sounds like to me. I mean,
no more booths, right?
That's probably what they do in the lab.
You don't need any more.
How to set up your sex website for live cam sex.
Right. You don't need to go to those adult video stores anymore with the booths in them. You just
Nope. But you have to pass this class. You have to pass this class. You have to know your porn film cinematography. This is pornography appreciation 101 or what? Oh my goodness.
We're gonna have a bunch of freaking porn critiques out there.
Yeah, no. I mean, is James Holmes in any of them?
I don't know who that is.
Someone does. Someone does, or they'll look it up.
I will not.
I didn't say you would. There are some other names to me. There's some classics out there, I'm sure you know. Debbie. Where's Debbie? Debbie that is. Debbie Does Dallas is in here.
Oh,
anyways.
Come on. Yeah, of course, man. That's
Flash
a
Gordon,
classic.
It's a classic. Okay. So, I've heard what that spaceship is modeled after. kind of like Bezos's rocket. Anyways, okay. Students at the private liberal arts college.
Go figure. Liberal arts.
Yeah. Film 3000 porn to earn 2 credits toward their film studies degree during the 2022-2023 school year, according to the film department's website. Hardcore pornography is as American as apple pie with holes in it, and more popular than Sunday night football. The course description reads, our approach to this billion-dollar industry is as both a cultural phenomenon that reflects and reinforces sexual inequalities, but holds the potential to challenge sexual and gender norms as an art form that requires serious contemplation. So they just want everyone to get into the freaky deaky stuff, is what it's saying.
Well, now that I think I think about it though, where it says their approach to this multi-billion-dollar industry, they're right. Look how many people got like what's it called? OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Look how many people out there have their own, like, they're not big name stars or whatever, but
nope.
with the access of stuff like that now, people can pretty much people can be famous doing stuff like that on their own accord.
They can be well off,
dude. Okay, and here's another thing, especially how women say that there's inequality with the pay and all that stuff. That's bullshit, because it doesn't even take that much. It doesn't even take that much work from a woman to make more than a man does. Dude, all you got to do is show some skin, and and here's a good example. And I don't dive into these things. It's just things that I've heard of. Like in Twitch, they have these, I guess they have these girls that they do these swimming pool things. I don't know. And they're in bikinis. Dude,
they just sit there and talk and like.
Yes. And I even heard,
do nothing.
I even heard of chicks sleeping, and they're still getting, they're still getting freaking, whatever Twitch uses for monetary gain, and also they're gaining, you know, they have a following with I don't know, their social media, their OnlyFans or whatever it is, and they're getting money off of that too. Women are, dude. I mean, they failed to see that part. I mean, the women who claim that, oh, men make more money. No, the
men do pay more money for men. But you probably wouldn't know that.
No, I don't. I don't know that. I never.
That's right. The men even have women beat out in the sex game.
Wait a minute, Sassy Q
in the industry.
Sassy Q is asking. Okay, Sassy Q is asking, what is OnlyFans? Okay.
Oh Lord.
So okay,
sorry for tainting you, Sassy Q. No, just kidding.
Okay, so I'll explain what an OnlyFans is, because I've had this discussion with my old coworkers at work before, and you know, with cops, we talk about all sorts of shit. So OnlyFans is a place where you can make an account for yourself, and you pretty much do whatever you want on how you make money. And a lot of females like to go on there and make accounts and show some skin. You know, it's kind of like a Snapchat, I guess, right? It's sort of like that.
I mean, I'm not sure. It's just, you know, it's like you have your own video upload page. Like,
yes.
Say they had a foxhole where everyone on their channel.
Oh, no.
It's like that. Everyone has a bunch of different channels, and they make their own unique content. The hip... The hip thing these days is, you know, it used to be, do you want to Netflix and chill? Now the new saying is, hey, do you want to collab? Which means, do you want to make a movie together and put it on your OnlyFans?
Yeah.
You know, each party gets a copy of it, you know. So if anyone ever says, hey, you want to collab sometime, they're asking you to get real close and personal with you.
What you just said.
What? It's a box. Well, just picture a Voxel like the platform, but everyone's channel is like everyone's channel. That's it's the easiest.
No.
I mean, that's what this is. You know what I mean? Like everyone. This is a live streaming platform, just like OnlyFans. Well, I don't know if OnlyFans is live streaming. I've never been there.
It's not a platform. What it is. It's a website. It's a website, but people have like individual accounts. It's not like where
just like Rumble, or like, you know, it's all videos. It's not like people are posting about their life there.
I mean, don't get me
post photos. From what I understand, I don't know. Why pay for it?
and look, no, but here's the thing too about OnlyFans. It's not necessarily just that, but a majority of it is. There are people on OnlyFans that have like just normal stuff. I don't know.
Are there? I didn't know.
Maybe they have like a video blog or something like that. But majority of it.
Yeah, well, I thought that they were going to take off the porn, and I guess then they brought it back.
Yeah,
because I didn't know OnlyFans was made for, like, you know, other things other than. I thought it was just for sex. I mean, that's what everyone uses it for.
There are people. I think there are some celebrities that use OnlyFans as well, for to promote themselves as well, but
it's kind of like a Patreon then.
I guess. I guess. But yeah.
All I know is you'll never find a Mr. C OnlyFans. Okay. So, that'll never happen. Sorry. No.
No, you're right. It is like a Patreon because you do pay like a monthly thing a week. You could pay. There's like different options on how to pay. How, you know, to get whatever you want to get from whoever you're subscribed to. So yeah, that's just that. I mean, Sazzy, you asked what was OnlyFans, and I was explaining, and she's like, she says, "Good grief! Oh no!"
You see, that's what these schools are for. That's what this university is for. It's to teach the kids how to do an OnlyFans. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, they're like, by the end of this course, you will have your own working OnlyFans page with at least three pieces of content.
Yeah, and you'll have like already how many followers too?
I know, right? We guarantee you will turn $100 before this class is over.
And the reason why I bring that up is because it said here that it is $1 billion industry,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and it seems to be part of American culture, you know, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, that's what they said about pornography. It's American culture.
I mean, yeah, I mean, it is though, you know, whether we don't want to admit it.
Thank you, Larry Flynn.
It is, you know, it is part of American culture, you know, unfortunately. But
why don't they teach about how pornography like rots your brain and stuff like that in this class? You know, this line right here shows you how they get this type of smut into education, where it says our approach to this $1 billion industry reflects and reinforces sexual inequality.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you see, because we're trying to teach sexual equality, it's okay to teach a BS. You know what sexual inequality is? Every man in all of those films are like north of 8 inches. That's sexual inequality. If you
they're what?
Where's the fairness there?
Wait, they're what?
Nothing.
I've even heard that a lot of those guys are gay.
Yeah, well, you know.
And I'm talking about.
I think at that point, I mean, I think that kind of. I mean, I'm not judging, but I would guess anyone in that kind of a lifestyle is pretty much down for anything. You know?
No, and that is a valid point. You know, that is a valid point. But I have heard, and not because I was diving into it, because I remember talking to somebody who got arrested, and he used to be a porn star, and then when he said who his name was, I'm like, dude, you were well known in the '90s, dude.
What was his name?
I forgot. This was years ago, man. But he did know that he did say his name. I was like, dude, I've heard of that name.
Was
back
it
in
Ron
the 90s.
Jeremy? No, just kidding.
Hedgehog? No, it wasn't him.
Oh my God, you know who that is?
That's one hideous looking dude, man.
Dude, how the hell did that man get so popular?
I don't know. I don't. Well, because he's. I don't know. But I have heard that a lot of guys that have the the straight scenes, a lot of them are homosexual, and I've even heard the reason why that there's a lot of outbreak of STDs is because when these homosexual men have scenes with these women, they contract that stuff through their lifestyle. And also outside, because they have sex outside of work, and they bring that in.
I'm pretty sure they do that.
I mean, I would think that if that's your job, like
I'm sure there's also parties and events that they have to cover as well.
Yeah, I guess that's true too, huh?
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm pretty sure
because
they're
known as adult entertainers, and not to mention, and also escorting too, probably, right?
What a terrible life to have.
I mean, if you're a party person, I guess, yeah, but at the end of it all, like, it catches up to you, and then you start the emptiness starts to sink in as you get older too. You know, and if you do have a conscience, you start to think to yourself, like, what the hell am I doing to myself?
Yeah.
You know, if you have a conscience, I'm just saying.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
This is an interesting article that
an interesting article. Yeah. Where did we leave off? It says here. Oh yeah. Okay. I see. We will watch pornographic films together and discuss the sexualization of race, class, and gender as an experimental radical art form.
Why does that even matter? Wait. Why does race, class, and gender? I mean, of course, gender is going to matter when you're having sex with somebody, but why does race and class have to matter?
Maybe it's like scenario type of
like role playing.
Yeah. Like you only become sexualized with a black person because it's superiority and feeling. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I don't understand these people.
This is bizarre, dude. This is bizarre, dude.
Yeah. I would fail this class. Anyways, it Yes, indeed. Westminster's College Film Program emphasizes its discourse community approach, through which students share their existing knowledge with their peers. So the kids have to get up there and say, "Hi, my name is so and so, and I am a nymphomaniac." I mean, I don't know.
Study
some
groups.
people are comfortable doing
Study
that.
groups. I don't know. Study groups.
What did you do for homework last night? An identical course description is listed under an offering from the Gender Studies Department, which aims to help students explore the social construction of gender, masculinity, intersectionality, and women's rights movement.
More liberal words here, dude. More liberal words.
And women's rights movement.
What is intersectionality? I don't. What is that?
Got me. Intersectionality. I don't know. Trans.
This is mind blowing.
That's what that sounds like to me.
This is mind blowing, man. Like I'm confused. I am confused. Like, what is that? I bet you couldn't get a liberal to even tell you what that meant.
They can't tell you what women is. They're going to be like, we don't know what this is. They're going to be like, we don't know what this is in front of rights movement. What is that? What is that? I mean, if they've erased women's, then they've erased women's rights movement.
Well, if you don't know,
if
you don't know what female is and intersectionality is and all that stuff, you're racist.
Yeah.
You see the logic there?
Yeah. Absolutely. Racist, sexist, bigotist, homophobic, transphobic.
What is happening to the young people, man? What is happening to the young people's minds, man?
I'm honestly more afraid for women. I'm more afraid for the female. Like, if they stand to get erased is what it looks like. That's kind of the trajectory we're going on here, guys.
Dude, they're the ones who are the loudest about this, though.
Do you know why women are the target? Because women have the power of creation. That's why. They
have the power of holding the creation. Because
they have the gift of creation.
But because the creation, the creation is created by two people, right? They have
right.
I see what you're saying as far as like they have the power of saying yes or no. Is pretty much what you're saying. Right?
Is that what you're going to? Is that we are going to diminish the role of the female to? They say yes or no.
I mean,
they don't hold the baby for 9 months. It doesn't grow from a piece of their body.
No. What I'm saying, before you have that initial contact,
decide whether or
right?
not a baby's gonna get made.
No. Before the initial contact is made between a man and a woman, the woman has the power to say yes or no, whether they want to choose that. Yeah, I can see what you meant by that in that sense, but
so they have the ultimate power.
Exactly. When it comes to that, yes, they do.
They have the power of decision.
They do.
Awesome.
The decision to sleep or not to sleep.
What?
Right?
Decision to say no or yes.
That's what I meant. They have the decision whether they want to sleep with the person or not.
Oh yeah.
That's what I meant.
Indeed.
Not. They
You're
have
like, just wait till you go to sleep.
I'm not saying what's the saying? My body, my choice. I'm not saying that. I kind of am, but not in a way where I'm using it for abortion. I'm saying it in a way where
no.
They
consent.
Get to, exactly. They
consent,
get to,
ladies and gentlemen.
They get to decide whether they want to sleep with the guy or not.
We believe in consent, first of all, here at the Speak Uneasy Lounge. You all consented to being here tonight.
Yeah, you all consented to listen to what OnlyFans is.
Yeah. This consent decree. Yeah.
Gosh.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So campus reform has reported on multiple instances of universities pushing sexuality upon their students, both inside and outside the classrooms. Rutgers University, for example, offered a course called Gender and the Body, Representation and Pornography in the fall of 2021. Which taught students to analyze pornography using film and gender studies methods.
Okay. So they're beginning to use porn in college to educate now?
Apparently,
Okay, so I don't.
I'm just thinking about porn commentary. I mean, they're usually like, Michael, shut up. They're just I'm like, look at that wallpaper. That's terrible. That furniture is mismatched. Oh my God. Someone get a lint roller in here. Oh my goodness.
No, but seriously, they're creeping in pornography into university studies now.
That's what this article seems to be suggesting, Speak.
Dude,
that's what this article seems to be suggesting.
People, if this doesn't warn you about sending your child to universities, I don't know what. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're
gonna be a hit on OnlyFans. Your children are.
Shit.
But it's not the kind of job that you can talk about, at the dinner table. According to the description of the course, students will learn how viewing art, film, and pornography through the lens of gender and embodiment enriches your understanding of art in general. So that stands to be a very long class, considering how many genders they have right now.
You see how they put art in there too? Mm-hmm. So here's the thing. Here's something that that I've learned in work, my past job. Okay, so the spinoff with a lot of these pedos with let's say when they're in possession of child porn is that they say that it's art. Well, hear me out first. So if you have a picture with just naked children, nothing sexual like positions or anything like that, just naked children, the spinoff,
like the banana boat kid, right? Like, was it that? That's translation.
Yeah, something like that, right? The spinoff to a sex offender would be, well, that's just for art, and there's no crime there because if they have something like that that's for quote art, and it's not sexually enticing them, then you can't get them for child porn. Now, if they're making suggestive poses or if they're in the act of doing something sexual with the child pornography, then yeah, they can get pinched for that. So that's a spinoff, because I had to understand that too, because I had one of these cases where this was a freaking badass case. Like the guy that I was working with, the dude gave consent for us to go into his house and look through his computer. Like, dude, the guy. It was perfect. Like, we asked him, can we look into your computer and all this stuff? Dude, the guy gave full freaking consent. And we started looking through all his shit, man. And he had all sorts of freaking, like you know what I'm saying? He had a lot of bad shit. And he was, he ended up going.
Why would he give consent to that?
I don't know. And the way this happened was... in this particular case, the way this happened was, and I can talk about this now because the case is done, and there's no names that I'm going to mention, but so we got a call about somebody suspicious in the public library, and yeah,
that's where this was happening.
Dude, so check this out. We went there, my partner and I went there, and then from a distance we were like observing him, right? The person who working in the library said, "Hey, there's this guy who's looking at some really weird pictures, and he's been there for a while. Do you think you can, confront him and
sneak up on him and give him a heart attack?"
So we were at a distance, and we were observing the guy, and yeah, he was what was it? Okay, no. Let me rewind.
Was he getting frisky with himself?
No. Let me rewind it. Let me rewind the story, because this happened like years ago. So, okay, the call was here was the call. The call was the person working in the library found a flash drive, and the person that found the flash drive, like the one that was working at the library, that person opened up the files in that flash drive and saw a few pictures that were kind of like, okay, this is not right. This is this is like borderline child porn stuff. And they called us. So we went to the library. The person working at the library said, yeah, that guy over there is the one who claimed the flash drive. So we were observing the guy, and I think he was working on some kind of resume or some shit like that. And we asked him, can we take a look at what's in that flash drive?
He's like, I'm applying for Disney.
And the guy gave consent, and we're in a public library, so we saw like a couple pictures, and then like since we're in a public place, like we stopped, and then my partner was asking him, and it also depends on how the cops are positioning the person too, because at this point he's not detained. We're just doing an investigation, so he's not necessarily detained for anything yet. So my partner questions the guy, and he's asking all these questions, and then it leads to, well, can you think we can take a look at your collection, your pictures? Yeah. And the guy was like, yeah. So you know what, dude, this is crazy, bro. Like, we followed him to his house. We drove right behind him and followed him to his apartment. And he gave full consent, dude. He gave full consent to freaking look through his freaking computer, and we found a whole bunch of shit, man. A whole bunch of stuff. And at the time, man, like my son was younger. I think my son was like in middle school. And I was like, I wanted to kill this motherfucker, dude. I wanted to kill him, dude, because the shit that he had was like sick. Gross. It got to me because I had a young, my son was young at the time. So, you kind of have to separate your feelings from that because you don't want to get in trouble. But this guy ended up going to jail, and I think he did like, he didn't do that much time for it, dude. Because it's
Tanja Brown on the case.
Because it's California, and the guy got arrested, and yeah, man, he got arrested. I think he did like 5 years or something like that for possession of child porn. And then that's when I was educated about when these pedos have certain types of pictures, if they're just naked children, like you can't get them for child porn because they have the spin of it's art because they're not in any suggestive positions, or they're not in the act.
That's my niece's sweet 16 portrait.
Yeah, it's
that's terrible.
It's heartbreaking because you find all sorts of other stuff, and then on top of that they have that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I mean, why doesn't that lead to just arresting the dude for just I mean, I don't know. So yeah, that was one of the most interesting cases that I had, and I talked to an investigator who promoted as a sergeant that told me, yeah, this is how it works when it comes to with possession of child porn. Like, you have to make sure that these pictures of are they in a position where they're being suggestive, or if they're doing anything sexual, because if they're not, if they're just standing there naked, you can't get them for child porn. You can't. So I was like, okay, that's good to know. That's good to know.
Crazy. If it's an underwear catalog, I'm just kidding.
So yeah, that was just one of the thing that blew my mind was the dude gave full freaking. He was not even in probation or parole or anything. He didn't like he had no freaking criminal record, but yet he gave us full consent. He let us come in. He let us come in his apartment. He let us open his freaking computer up. He let us go through his, at the time, it was CDs.
Maybe he didn't know his rights. Maybe he thought he had to comply.
Well, that's what you learn in school. I mean, think about it. You do learn the freaking Constitution in school, don't you?
I don't know. I missed middle school.
I mean, although I did not pay attention in school, I learned about the Constitution. In U.S. government, you learn about it.
But did you learn about your rights when it comes to
That's why you have to know. That's why you have to know the Constitution, because the Fourth Amendment. It's the Fourth Amendment. You have to know the Fourth Amendment. You know.
True that.
Search and seizure. You have to know that.
Exactly. Now the hood.
Well, that's not our fault that those people are not informed about their rights.
Yeah.
You know, they should have paid attention in school.
Rights, ladies and gentlemen.
Or do the research yourself. Crooks know their freaking rights, dude. They really do.
Who the hell would be looking up pornography in a public library?
Dude, a weirdo.
A creeper.
Yeah.
100% creeper.
But yeah, I know you're midway of this article, but I just thought I'd bring that up because it deals with this whole porn shit that's happening right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean,
it sure do, sir.
Who's to say that some of these students might not, are not going to be like a sex offender? Or,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, there could totally be, some type of harassment case in those classes.
Well, you can't.
The door's wide open.
You can't get a harassment case now because now the spinoff is, well, this is part of class. Right?
How to harass people. We can't help that Billy flashed everyone his penis.
No, I can't help it that I had a hard-on in freaking class and I had to get up and make a presentation to the class and you could see my thing.
Lord.
You can see my thing poking out of my, this is the class. There's
Exactly.
there's a porn flick going on.
And Judy had a tit slip.
You mean Janet?
Janet had a tit slip.
A wardrobe malfunction, I guess you could say, right?
Yeah. They teach you that. Tearaways. Anyways.
Yeah.
The pornography classes. Okay, let's finish up here. It says, in the spring of 2022, self-proclaimed sex educators Lindsay Fram and Marshall Miller spoke to students at Wentworth University of Technology, discussing how they can achieve a female orgasm even if they are a man. No, just kidding. Right? I mean, doesn't have to be an equal opportunity lesson. Anyways, Campus Reform obtained a screenshot of a university email promoting the event. The message stated that admission was open to orgasm aficionados.
Well, aficionados, pros.
And beginners of all genders. They wanted to learn about everything from multiple orgasms to that mysterious G-spot.
This is weird, bro.
Yeah, it's kind of bizarre. I'm telling you, this is the future career. This is the future career for sex workers. Like, they need to take these classes.
So are they actually having sex in class, showing everybody? Like, is it like a public? Is it like a show? Is it like a show?
Right? Multiple orgasms. I mean, what are they gonna? What is that lesson plan gonna look like?
Wow. Like I said,
how to run train? I don't know.
Yeah, like what I said, group presentation, right?
Group presentation. We're working in groups this week. Our solo projects.
I guess this is going to give a new meaning to wet labs now, right? Wet labs and dry labs.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah. That is true too.
We're living in really freaking weird ass times, dude. I never thought that shit would be this crazy, man.
If they had enough of their way, they'd probably do classes about child porn.
This is freaking nuts, dude.
They probably would.
It wouldn't surprise me because probably a lot of those professors are weird like that.
It's like Oprah during that one clip where she's all, if they were really, really good, you would never know that you were being molested. But they got to be really good.
Oh yeah, I remember that. She's a witch, bro.
She enjoyed giving that lesson plan. She was like, I like seeing these mothers squirm in their seats.
What world are we living in, man? We don't go looking for I try to find other articles that don't pertain to sex stuff, but it always comes around to this, man. It always does. I try to find bizarre shit like the article that I found a few weeks ago where the guy freaking called the cops about some dude selling him some bunk dope.
He needs them to test it out for him. I don't know. Wait till they do the sex course on mixing recreational drugs with sexual activity.
Well, we're heading in that direction.
They'll teach them the Ed Buck method.
At this point, I'm at like, okay, how is it gonna up this? Like, what's the next thing to up the next thing?
Shooting up for your next sexual experience.
Oh gosh.
Telling you, Ed Buck, you know.
I don't know what that is.
A fine chemical balance between poppers and I don't know.
Crazy town, man. We're living in crazy times, bro.
We certainly are.
This is nuts.
And it's funny that this used to mask under being more tolerant, and it's just like being more, what's the word? Not tolerant, but being more susceptible to immorality.
They keep pushing the line over.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they do. You give them, what's the saying? You give them an inch, they'll take a foot. They'll take a mile.
Yeah.
That's the saying. Like, how much string do you give? You know, and they just keep pulling and pulling and pulling.
Mm-hmm.
This is sad.
Well, Casual Gigi says it's always been like this. We just see it now because we're awake.
Well, it wasn't as obvious as it is now, for sure. I mean, besides the fact that we are awake, yes, it was a lot more subtle back then. You know, we never heard of these kind of things.
Yeah, back then the classes were called Kama Sutra. Now they're called Pornography 3000.
This is. I think we're past the tipping point. I think we're way past the tipping. I mean, we really are, dude. We really are.
How do they expect to depopulate the world when they're teaching them how to copulate?
Yeah, but at the same time, they're confusing their what they are. The gender. They're destroying the how do I say? They're confusing people with their gender.
I mean, I think the only ones that are going to be confused are the baby when they have, like, both of my moms were conceived me in jail.
Yeah, no kidding, right? No, free for all for.
We still have transsexual women impregnating women.
It's a free for all for any dude who wants to just sleep with chicks
what
and just
the
say,
hell?
You know, it's a free for all.
Does that mean that woman was a lesbian? I don't know. I'm confused.
What if it wasn't what if it wasn't the female inmates that intimidated that person to do it with them too? You got to look at the other side too.
Female?
No. You got to look at the other way too. I mean, some chick, dude. I'm telling you, bro. I've dealt with female inmates, man, and I hear some of the shit that they say.
Oh.
And some of them are, you know,
nasty. I don't want to hear that.
No, they aren't. Yeah, it's come on, dude.
Nasty.
Turkey sandwich, bro.
I can't even imagine the smell. No, just kidding.
Turkey sandwich, bro.
Gross. Gross.
Should I tell them that story?
Tell them the story. You'll see what happens.
Nah, I think I'll save that story for next Wednesday. Just remind me.
I don't know. It's a half and half.
Well, because if
you stand to lose audience or you stand to gain audience.
Well, I mean, why would I lose? Why would I lose audience? I mean, it just happened. It just kind of freaking happened. Like, I wasn't looking for anything. Yeah, I'll save that for next week, Wednesday, because it's already late. It's late already. I'll keep people in suspense.
You're gonna give me nightmares. I need to sleep tonight, sir.
Oh my goodness. Pilled by the Rabbit, thank you for hanging out for the time you did, and thank you so much for the gold pills as well. Thank you, Kiss, for the gold pills, and I remember who else? There was somebody else who gave gold pills. Jeez, I have to give them thanks for that. Hold on, because it's not populating on my chat here.
Oh.
Anyways, what you got? Go ahead and give everybody out there your info, where they can find you and when your next show is and what it's going to be all about and stuff like that.
Absolutely. Check out thecreport.com. So for general information about the C Report and Mr. C TV. Check us out over here at the foxhole.app if you are a Foxhole citizen and you've never seen the Mr. C TV channel. Well, what have you been waiting for? No, just kidding. Hop on over there and check out my shows. And we're also on Rumble and Odyssey and BitChute. No, BitChute. Yeah, we're on BitChute.
Oh, you're on Odyssey now?
Yeah, we're live streaming on Odyssey.
Oh, look at you, man.
So if you have an account over there, go show some love. Right now we have one whole subscriber, so we're doing good. And we have, where else are we at? Clout Hub and Twitch, Monday through Friday, generally speaking, and then Wednesdays here with the Speak Uneasy for This Is News. Oh, and this Saturday we have a twofer over at Mr. CTV. So we'll be live streaming the President Trump Save America rally. For all of you who would like to join us, he'll be live from Ohio. And at 2 p.m., we're going to have the return of Lone Star News, and we have a special guest.
Oh, you're going back to Lone Star News. Cool.
Yes, and we have an interview, a special interview for the runoffs.
It's not that chick that you said that. It's not the chick that you said you were going to interview, was it?
Sarah Stogner. Yes, we'll be talking.
No
with Sarah
way,
Stogner.
For reals?
Yes, sir. She's
the
gonna be on
topless
the show.
chick?
Yes, the pasties and phones. Yes, she's gonna be.
How did you pull that off, man?
I asked her, and she said she would come on. So yeah, the railroad commissioner candidate, the one that's running against incumbent Wayne Christian.
Wow.
So,
and what time is this show at?
It'll be 2 p.m. 2 p.m. Central Time.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make it. I already know I can't go. Because Saturdays are that's my worship days, and that's like, I'll be.
Yeah, you shouldn't be engaged in that kind of. No, just kidding.
No, I should. I should. Because I remember the picture. I remember that picture, man.
Yeah, dude, the video, everything. Yeah, like. I was actually telling my friends about it today, and they're like, and they looked up the video and everything. They're like, I was like, you can look it up if you want. They're like, oh my god, and I was like, yeah, she's gonna be on. She's really smart.
Wow. Well, I'll try to check out a replay of that.
For sure.
That'll. I really want to. I mean, are you gonna press her on that story?
Well, I not necessarily. No, I don't think we're gonna we're not gonna talk about that too. I might mention it. I might kind of your fabulous marketing program.
are you gonna?
She's in the runoffs.
I mean, are you gonna be like, well, how did you think of that? What gave you that idea?
I mean, she said it in several interviews. Basically it's because she doesn't have the money that Wayne Christian has to campaign, so she needed something that would get people to look up her campaign and to be interested in voting about the railroad commissioner. And so I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I want everyone to get to know her.
I was just saying that as a joke, but dang, you actually got her on, man. That's good for you, dude.
She will be on, yeah. So it should be a fun time on Saturday, and we'll get to know the candidates, and we'll see how it goes. It's going to be a fun time, and then of course after that we'll do the Trump rally. So Saturday will be a fun, busy day. And I'm looking most definitely. So if you guys are from Texas, or if you know any Texas friends, spread the word.
People here know.
I give you permission to promote it in other chat rooms. I'm just kidding.
You give them the permission to.
Don't be shy.
Okay, who's live right now? Who's live? I better shut up before I start getting in trouble.
The pasties and the oil well pumper will be on.
Hey, DJ Krusu, thank you so much for that can. Thank you for being here,
my
friend. Thank you so much for being here. Unfortunately, we're about to wrap it up right now. Anything else you want to promote before I let you go? And anything else? Your store?
No, I think that does it. Well, yeah, if you can go check out the store, buy our merchandise, and just go to searport.com and click on store, and that'll take you right over to it.
Any specials
Already
going
got some
on?
samples in.
Yeah.
No, not yet. But it's pretty good quality stuff. So I'm pretty happy with it, and I think that you guys would be too if y'all got any of the merchandise, shirts, mugs, etc.
Yes, please give.
It supports the store. I mean, it supports the show. So,
yes, I would recommend. Please, I mean, guys, Mr. C, he does. I mean, if you enjoy his reports, I mean, you guys should know by now. If you guys come over to his place, on the C report, he does a great job. He does a lot of work. So please, I mean, if you want him to keep on going, I really highly recommend that you support him as much as you can. Because he does his work and he does it really good.
Thanks.
And he does that for the right reasons too. So I strongly recommend. I mean, we gotta keep people around like that. I mean, Patriots gotta support Patriots. That's just the reality of it. It's hard to do things on their own if they're not being supported by people who agree with them. So I strongly recommend that we please pick our brother up here and
awesome. Appreciate you.
Push him. We gotta push him to further his work and make his work even bigger. So it reaches out to more people. So I really encourage that everybody please help our brother here, Mr. C. I really
thanks,
do.
Speak. I appreciate that.
Oh no, absolutely, man. Because I know the quality of your work, dude. You do very good work. You do quality work. I try to support you as much as I can, but I'm hardly on over here because now that I'm doing I mean, you understand. I'm doing the whole DJ thing as much as I'm running this as a business now with my DJ thing, and I have to because that's gonna be my bread and butter to take care of my family.
I'm gonna make a commercial that you can play at your gigs. No, just kidding.
No, because people are not supposed to be knowing that I'm doing this too. I mean, they're not supposed to, and I try not to mix that with DJing because the reality is on my DJing end, I'm dealing with a lot of people who are not like-minded like us. That's the reality of it.
They just want to party and dance, these people.
No, it's not that. I would say that their thinking process is the opposite because I notice some people's posts on Instagram because I do have our DJ thing has an Instagram and we're friends with a lot of other DJs and other people in the community with the DJing thing. And some of the things that they post with the political stuff, I'm like, yeah. We're probably not going to see eye to eye. And I'd rather just keep that more to myself. Although I do post my biblical stuff on my page too, because what I'm trying to do there is I'm trying to say, hey, read this. Maybe there's a message there for you. So that's my way of kind of like softening that part up, because if I went the political route, there's definitely going to be a bunch of words or a bunch of drama going on, and I'd rather do it the way that I am doing it, which is probably better anyway, because people can respect the whole that part of it. And when I post it, I'm assuming they're reading it because they're giving likes. So I'm assuming that they're reading it. Awesome. So yeah.
Very cool.
So yeah, I would please highly recommend to please support our brother here, Mr. C. He does a phenomenal job with what he does with the news, and he provides really good stuff for you guys. He really does. He really does. So anything else?
I'll be back tomorrow.
Cool, man. Well, I'll try to catch you, man. Thursday. If I don't have a gig, because sometimes these last minute gigs come up, and I will go play. But if I don't have anything, then I will definitely hang out at Mr. C TV.
Awesome. Well, Godspeed on getting those leads, sir.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
thank you for another awesome night.
Absolutely, man. And I no, thank you for being a part of this particular show on Wednesdays, man. This is a great time to not only unwind. I enjoy the laughs, I enjoy the company. Um, and this is like a different angle of how we're not doing news. It's more like opinions. But it's a fun time, dude. It's a fun time, and people are they're interacting with us too. I mean, even though I don't like read everybody's chat, like right now, like after the show, I'm gonna read it and then and see the interaction between people within the chat, and then just see how people are responding to what we're laughing about and all that stuff. So
Yeah. Love you all, chat fam.
thank you so much, Mr. C, and I will definitely see you tomorrow if I don't have anything going on.
All right, bud. You have a great night, and we'll talk to you guys later. See you next time.
All right, brother. Take care. Good night. God bless.
Good night.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there's Mr. C, there goes Mr. C, and I know this whiskey's been pouring and pouring and pouring and pouring, but unfortunately, the bar is about to close now. So before I let you guys go on your merry way or to the next show that's live on here on the Foxhole, let me just do my plugs before I go. I really want to thank the sponsors of the show today. I believe, because I try to populate this gold pill thing, and the only person that popped up was Kiss. I do remember Pilled by the Rabbit, DJ Chrisu, of course. I don't know who the other person was because my chat is just not showing it to me. Let me try looking at my other laptop here, because I do want to give props where props need to be given. Nope, apparently it's not showing me there either. Well, I want to thank you guys for sponsoring the show today with the Gold Pills. You can also support the show by making donations via PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, and of course going to my merch store where I'm having a 30% off sale. There's no set time when it's gonna stop, but one day it will just stop. So I suggest that you guys go to the merch store. That's the best way that you can support me, because it also advertises this show as well. The discount coupon for 30% off is bourbon 30. So please, if you can, check that out. Thank you so much, Kiss, for dropping those links as well. Thank you so much for your assistance all the time, to be honest. Thank you so much. Also, if you guys can help me with the show growing by following me on the social media outlets that I'm at, as I post my schedules there. I also post my daily random reads on those social medias. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, CloutHub, Gab, Twitter. I'm on BitChute, YouTube, Rumble, Twitch. And I would really ask you guys to please help me out on Twitch there. Please follow me on Twitch. I really need to build that platform up. I really need to build up in that platform as well, so that can help me grow too. And of course, here at home base, I'm on pilled.net and thefoxhole.app. If you have not given me a follow here either, please do so you get my notifications when I'm on. The next show is going to be on Sunday afternoon, 12 p.m. Central Time, for my midday mix session, as I DJ live on the midday mix sessions. So let's see what else. Oh, and also, if you can't support the show financially, the easiest thing you can do is always share the stream. Copy and paste the stream of the show. That's always the best thing you can do. Just post it up there on your social media and bam. All right. So I don't think I have anything else to put out there. I think I've put out everything I needed to. So as I end every show, always remember to be kind to one another, because you'll never know when, always be kind to one another, and when an opportunity presents itself to pick somebody up, please do so, because you never know when you're going to need the picking up. So, with all of those words being said,
The bar is now closed.
I can't help but wonder if I'm under a spell. It's more than a passing notion. I've never fallen with such devotion. I can't help but wonder if it's only a dream. Am I naive, or can I believe that things are really as they seem? Can anyone explain how to understand what's true? I know I just can't tame it. Whenever I'm with you, I can't help but wonder if you wonder about me. 'Cause lately I can't help but wonder how wonderful this might be. Can anyone explain it? How to understand what's true? I know I just can't take it. Whenever I'm with you, but wonder if you wonder about me. 'Cause lately I can't help but wonder how wonderful this might be. 'Cause lately I can't help but wonder